finding those levels too. Look at that 4-punch combination.
It's a masterclass right now from Shakur Stevenson. That's what you're seeing. A masterclass. And Shakur meets him with straight left hand.
Oh, there's a knockdown scored with the left hand.
Right now, we're gonna give him his just due. Shout out to my brother Jusdueboxing.
Yo, you know the deal. We back again. We never slacking. Word 'em up. Ladies and guys, whether if you drunk or you high, it's time to pay respects to the illest man alive. If you think you got a point, he'll shrink you down to size. And from there it's downhill like a slinky or a slide. Open your eyes, got a deep connection with the rise, so you might see them jump in whenever they go live. Peep it, this channel blowing up now, it's not a secret. With tons of exclusive interviews to listen to. Them other channels I hate, but yo, they missing clues. They start narratives, sip the goose and twist the truth. It don't take a rocket scientist to get the proof. Just click the live at 4 p.m. Eastern time. But when you chime in, make sure you keep it kind. But if cowards want to debate, then it's feasting time. My man Jusdu shine busy all the time. Grind 24/7, 365. Videos he might have 365. My rhyme sick, they make you do a 365. You get a rich if you think you fit to survive. It's Jusdueboxing, time to click the live. Ain't no beginners, if you soft, you ain't down to ride. I crush you, respect too, it's Jusdu. He got the illest boxing show on the internet. The boy been a threat and he ain't even had dinner yet. Word 'em up. Yeah. You know what time it is. $4 p.m. Eastern. Click the link.
The truth or tell on your ass what you doing or what you're not doing every single time. You can lie, you can bullshit and all that, but when that bell ring, if you ain't put that work in, it's gonna show, bro. It's gonna show. Not to mention y'all in a sport that can cost you your life. Literally, you can die in this shit. So if that's the case, man, if you gonna do this, don't bullshit with it. If you don't really want it, say to yourself, keep it real with yourself. I really don't want this shit. I can't put the work in that it requires. Walk away. Ain't nobody mad at you. Go out there, you're young enough, you go get educated, get a skill, do something, man. But don't play with this, man. People you can get killed in this shit, man.
You can't get killed in this, man. I don't never get tired of hearing them words, man. That's real for the boxers out there, man. How y'all feeling on this good Thursday, though, man? The week went by pretty fast, man. We back to build, get boxing this Jusdu. No hating, no slander, no false narratives, no general hospital, no all my children. Just some good old boxing talk. DP rocking my dogs in the building. Was good with it, homie. Mugs in the building. Pardon me, I was a little tardy for the party, man. Of course, the best boxer in the business. He damn sure one of them. Man, it ain't even close. Zoom verse, my bro. Dante's Boxing Talk, my brother. What's good with it, DP? How y'all, bro? How my bros feeling, man? We back again with another build, you know. We get closer and closer to January, man. I didn't get a chance to cover the little sit down that they had there that I liked. We're gonna cover it today, man. You know, some rumors floating around with Keyshawn Davis and You know, I'm guessing he spoke on cleaning up his team, and I guess people interpreted that as him firing Bomac, but I think we wouldn't have to guess if he really fired Bomac. Get what I'm saying? I think people are again pushing the narrative way too soon. He probably was talking about in the inner circle, right? It didn't have to be his coaching, right? It wasn't Bomac the reason why he missed weight and stuff like that. It wasn't Bomac the reason why he didn't make that $1 million payday. That wasn't Bomac. If you ask me, him and Bomac got great chemistry, man. You know, it's similar to, you know, what Terrence Crawford and Bomac got going on, right? He really got Keyshawn ear, in my opinion, especially when it comes to the boxing ring, right? Every time you've seen Keyshawn Davis coached by Bomac inside the boxing ring, he's dominated, stood on business. The only one hiccup, and he won that fight and only lost, 2 rounds. This is when Bomac wasn't even coaching him, you know? So, you know, I see the videos, I see it floating around on Twitter, see people talking about it. And like I said, I just think it's a bit premature. I didn't see nothing where Keyshawn is indicating that it's his trainer that's getting fired, right? And you say you clean the house. I don't think that meant the trainer. That could have just meant maybe some of the people that you had around you. You know what I'm saying? Could have got some of the bad influences from around you out of your inner circle. But in my opinion, unless I hear it confirmed by him or you know, Bomac, I ain't running with it. I just think people are they trying to put 2 and 2 together, reading between the lines. But again, I don't think the move to make after blowing weight is let me go fire my trainer. Yeah, he did it. Like, it ain't like they went out there and lost the fight and they was on the same page and they wasn't seeing eye to eye, or it's been a situation where it's been turmoil in the back, you know what I mean, and behind the scenes, and they ain't been rocking with it. I just never heard that. So look, I ain't ruling it out, but I'm willing to bet more than not that that's not what's going on right now. Like, I don't think that he's getting rid of Bomac. And I'll be pulling up these tweets because on Twitter, stuff travel fast and it starts getting to spread it. People start liking, reposting, commenting, and before you know it, you got a whole rumor out there that Keyshawn Davis fired Bomac. You got multiple videos out there that Keyshawn Davis fired Bomac. But from any of the stuff that I listened to yesterday, I didn't hear him say that he got rid of Bomac. Like, I'm not interpreting it that way. You know what I'm saying? I think, truth be told, Bomac and the addition of Jay Prince, them combined, could be 2 of the best things for Keyshawn Davis, right? To keep moving forward in his career. I don't see that being the proper move. Omar, what it do? Blessings to my guy, my bro, Cal Cooler. What's going on, family? How you feeling, bro? Said just did he sign to Jay Prince? Yeah, he did. DB3 as a whole, matter of fact, signed to Jay Prince. They all did. So I think they good. Like, I just think you needed somebody else to believe in you, right? You obviously needed somebody else to believe in you. I think I said it before, man. Jay Prince, in my opinion, it provides structure, man, for a guy like somebody that been in the game that know. And it's I think it could only help. I don't think it's a bad thing. I don't think it'll hurt, right? It could only help somebody that really want to help try to get him and his brothers and his brand, the DB3 brand, to that next step. And you know, we seen Keyshawn Davis out and about, going back and forth with Richardson Hitchens, going back and forth with Teofimo Lopez Sr., right? The other young fighter, Alex De Jesus, he was going. You know, Keyshawn is making himself back visible, right? He back on the scene, and that's what you want. I can't wait till he get back. You know, I hear a lot of this garbage talk about him, you know, about him and Shakur Stevenson not fighting each other. I just think that's garbage, bro. I think people need to get over it. At the end of the day, that just means y'all got 2 people that y'all can knock off if you're really looking at it the right way. If y'all really hate the fact that they calling themselves brothers and they don't want to fight, won't y'all just get in there and fight? You know what I'm saying? Won't y'all fight one up? You know what I'm saying? They said it a long time ago, man. Corey said it a long time ago. You don't like what I'm doing, come beat me up. Come shut me up. You don't like what I say. You don't like how I fight. You don't like how I'm moving. Come do something about it. And I said this before, man. The internet is a weird place. Box Source, what it do, homie? They'll try to put two guys up against each other by continuing to talk about it, overanalyze the interviews and stuff. And I see what people are doing. They like, you could tell Shakur scared of Keyshawn. That's why they won't fight him. He got all these brothers in boxing, man. He got like 5 brothers. And man, y'all got to stop pushing these narratives, bro. I told y'all they the Bash brothers, man. They might not be, same mother, same father, but hey, they came up together. And Shakur explained that in the sit down that we're gonna get into in a second with Teofimo. It's like, how many times y'all gonna bang y'all head on the wall? How bad do y'all really want them to fight? Because I remember not too long ago, Keyshawn Davis was just a loudmouth clout chaser on the top rank diet that, top rank put him, in there with all the right people is why he been winning, right? And then a couple fight or two later, now it's like he gotta fight Shakur. They holding up the division. Man, y'all, I know what y'all see in Keyshawn. The same thing I've been telling y'all about the younger. He like that, but just to put it put it to rest, RBZ, what it do, homie? You gonna hear Shakur speak about not fighting Keyshawn in his sit down that I'm gonna play, but this is Keyshawn also talking about it on his own when asked about it, just so you could put it to bed. It's like people act like it's one way. They're like, nah, Shakur just trying to, little brother him so he don't gotta fight him because he knows Shakur, Keyshawn beat him up. Man, y'all sound foolish, man. Y'all sound foolish. Keyshawn explained, said Shakur got him through it when he was depressed. Hey, yo, boxing source, they don't get it, bro. They trying to force it. They won't let it live, man. They like, nah, it ain't no brothers in boxing. You're fake brothers. Nah, man, the bond that they share is real, bro. And it's something that people gonna have to respect. You get what I'm saying? Or go run up on them. Go try something then. You get what I'm saying? Y'all got 2 targets, man. Won't y'all go take one of them Bash brothers out? Come on, they both ain't nothing but a couple of top ranked products. They really not that good. Somebody said to me the other day, Shakur ain't even accomplished nothing. I don't even know why he talk like that. And Keyshawn ain't nobody, right? So you get me? Y'all got 2 easy targets, man. They 2 marks. Y'all got the easy work, it sound like, bro. Won't y'all go get them dudes? Won't y'all go beat up on Shakur and Keyshawn? Reef, what it do, homie? You get me? Won't y'all go beat them boys up, man? Out the RBZ, man. Omar is wild out here. He said, imagine Corey BTL unified once, then go back down without fighting Key. Then still be bad. Hey, Reef, they'd be even more mad. They'd be even more mad. I'm sick of this. It's fake friendship. They just want to see one of them lose, and the Bash brothers made up their mind a long time ago. Shit deeper than boxing, man. We ain't fighting. But like I said, I'm gonna play the video with Shakur gonna speak on it. But right here, this is where Keyshawn shut it down too.
People always ask, will you ever fight Shakur? You've always been very vocal about it. You're not going to. Explain to us why he's like family and like it's like fighting your blood brother.
I mean, shit, just this weekend, him and his entire family was over my house. Like, we was playing basketball. Afterwards, they came to my crib. We eating together at the crib. Shit, we just had Lil Bro over. Big Slime, my cousin Big Slime was just sparring in my garage. I got the whole video. Like, bro, it's family. Like, it's family, bro. Like, I'm never, ever fighting Shakur. You know what I'm saying? I'm not. It's family, bro. Like, I'm never, ever fighting Shakur. You know what I'm saying? I'm not. It's family, bro. Like, I'm never, ever fighting Shakur. You know what I'm saying? It's not even gonna feel right. I'm never, ever fighting Shakur. You know what I'm saying? It's not even gonna feel right.
Yo, man, y'all don't get it. You gotta laugh to keep from being annoyed with the way people focus on some of the dumbest shit in boxing instead of focusing on a big meaningful fight that's coming up at 140. With Shakur stepping out of his comfort zone in a division he's never been in against the best fighter he's ever fought, where that guy would seemingly have an advantage because he's already established at the weight. That's a great fight to talk about, and I'm going to talk about it relentlessly. I'm going to make sure people know it's better shit to talk about than 2 dudes that clearly agreed that they're not going to fight each other. Just stop asking it. It's dumb. Asking them to fight right now is just as dumb as asking Shakur about Tank Davis. It's stupid. Why do it? Why even ask him? The man said he not fighting him. He said he turning his back, get it out the mud. That you would still ask Shakur, hey Shakur, you gonna fight Tank? What's the fight still on the table? Like he told y'all 100 times it ain't up to him, but they gonna keep asking him at every interview, hey, you gonna fight Tank? Like, just leave it alone, bro. You know what I mean? It's focus on the fights that we do got. That's what's wrong with boxing. We talking about Shakur fighting Keyshawn. You get what I'm saying? Shakur ducking Oshaki. Y'all want Shakur need to fight Devin Haney and not Conor Ben. Like, just shut up. Sit back and enjoy some boxing, man. Stop crying. But let me play the rest of this clip, man. Sunchild, what it do, homie? What's good with it, man? Thrill Hill, Bruce, guys. Shout out to the OG. Double tap the screen, hit the like button. It's 50 people in the building. I don't know what side you're on. Make sure you support the grind.
Some of the experiences, like what you guys growing up, like as young men and young teenagers in Virginia, like what's some of those things that shaped you to know, like, he's my brother, man. I could never do that.
Yeah, the moment when I was like, all right, yeah, Shakur, I genuinely actually got real love for you was when I was going through my deep depression times. Even before I was going into the mental home, I used to tell my brother a lot, but then I started like backing off from my little brother because he was my little brother. I started talking to Shakur a lot about like how I was feeling and how I was thinking and what I was doing to myself. And Shakur was just giving me advice that I really like taking and like, damn, okay, I got you and stuff like that. And then I end up going to the mental home and, you know, like he calling me in there, checking up on me and stuff like that. I get out of the mental home, he pulling up on me, making sure I'm straight, making sure I get back in the gym, make sure I continue to do what I love. So he was there for me with my worst times, bro.
Shit deeper than boxing, you simple-minded people. And I get it, bro. As fight fans, you like, damn, because y'all ain't going to admit it, but Key been showing that he a hell of a fighter, and it looked like he'd make a great fight with Shakur Stevenson. And I'm right there with y'all. Would I love to see it if I had it my way? Yes. But when they clearly have both mutually explained, look, that's just that's my guy, that's my brother, it's deeper than boxing. It's simple. I could tell people don't got nobody in life that they really rock with. And look, I could say this. I said it before. I could see if they were each other's biggest fight, right? Or if they was truly in each other's way, where the only way they could catapult or get to that next level is through each other. Then I would have more of a problem with it, but that's not the case. It's just not the case right now. You get what I'm saying? It's not the case. Ain't nobody made them no offer. The only people talking about it is people on the internet that's in a rush that want to see one of the two lose. So it's a win-win for people. If Keyshawn and Shakur go in there and knock each other off, that's going to validate everything y'all been saying about the guy that lose. And then y'all going to have to double back on the winner. And y'all still ain't going to give them their credit. So what's the point? You get what I'm saying? At the end of the day, some shit is deeper than boxing. And them dudes have found a way and found a lane to be successful in the sport without having to fight each other. It's just that simple. I could understand initially when you hear it the first time or the first couple times, you like, man, damn. But after a while, it's like, at what point do you just accept what they're saying and move on? How many times are you going to recook the same topic? Ah, man, Shakur Keyshawn. Shakur stole Teofimo from Keyshawn. Shut up, man. That's casual talk, man. This ain't the streets. This the sport of boxing. Who in a right mind thinks Keyshawn Davis next fight was gonna be Teofimo Lopez off the Elwin De Los Santos situation, right off some inactivity? Yeah, he gonna just go right in there. First fight at 140 is gonna be Teofimo versus Keyshawn. It's not even realistic, bro. Not even realistic. Then on top of that, they both were who? Top rank. Did Bob Arum say he want to put both of them in the ring together? No. But what we gonna do? We gonna force it. Get what I'm saying? Come on, man. You gotta make this shit make sense, bro. Not fighting no damn Keyshawn. You heard him. They had to sit down. He didn't even want Keyshawn to speak his name. Keyshawn makes Teofimo very uncomfortable. I'm surprised he fighting Shakur. I got a lot of respect for this dude that he getting in here taking this fight. I don't know what it is, what advantage he feel like he got, but he clearly he on that. He like, man, I'll fight Shakur. Okay, cool. But end of the day, man, this ain't the streets. This is boxing. Shakur ain't still Keyshawn or Teofimo from no Keyshawn. If you could tell me a point wherever you know, Keyshawn and Teo was negotiating, or that was the next fight up, then I'll shut right up. That never was the fight, bro. They just was going back and forth, and Keyshawn was adamant that he wanted to fight Teo. What did Teo say? He didn't even want Keyshawn to call him out, speak his name, none of that. He didn't want to fight him. They be knowing what it is, man. And truth be told, he got the more experienced, more accomplished Shakur Stevenson. So it should be a better fight just because of where he's at in his career, right? That's no slight to Keyshawn, because I think Keyshawn will work him right now. I'm not gonna lie to you. I ain't gonna lie to you. I think the way he fight, it's a reason why Teofimo act the way he do with Keyshawn. They sparred before too. You know what I'm saying? And they sparred a lot more recently than when Shakur and Teo sparred when it was much younger, right? Keyshawn and Teo sparred a lot more recently than Core and Teo. Feather G's, what it do? Shakur 116, 112. Man, I could dig it, man. I could, man. Cooking up deliciousness. Shout out to you, fam. How you feeling, man? Official everything, my dog, man. JP in the building. As long as they stay at each other's way, I don't care if they never fight. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's not that big a deal to me, man. I could just respect it because they real enough, honest enough to tell you they ain't leading you on like, yeah, well, we might. You know, they like, bro, just leave it alone. No, I won't fight him. No. Keyshawn just told you the man helped me out of my depression. I don't want to punch him in the face. If you can't understand that, I just think it's simple-minded, right? Like, I can see if the only way for him to be successful, make money, and grow his name is, then I would get it. But that's not the case, man. He got smoke, man. You see him and Hitchens going back and forth, right? You know what I'm saying? That'd be a good fight. But we stuck on the fight that they both said they're not going to give us. Neither one of them was entertaining the fight on both sides, but we run around talking about Shakur ducking this one and scared to fight that one. Can't wait to see Keyshawn get back in the mix. Let's keep rolling, man. I got to pull this joint up. So look, y'all, like I said, I think it's a video where he talked about cleaning house. I got to find it, but in the meantime, I can pull up this sit down between Core and Teo with what's the guy Rick that they sat down with. Pretty good, man. I can't wait to see the fight. Like I said, man, this is one of the ones where you can't sleep on no TL. But I don't think Shakur will. So I expect to see one of the best chess matches of the year when this fight happens. Teal Sr. is a weird guy, bro. I swear he is. This dude is a damn character, I swear, bro. Damn character. Let's get to this, man. Think Teal and Key still fight one day? Yeah, if Teal willing to fight. Because, you know, a lot of that stuff be on him. Like, even the Shakur fight, you know what I'm saying? It was never a question if Shakur would be willing to fight Teo. The question was if Teo was willing to get in there and fight Shakur, right? So I think that'll be similar circumstances with Keyshawn Davis, right? Like, is it somebody that you really willing to fight, or is it somebody that you not, you know, you're going to steer away from? You know what I mean? Because Teo surprised us all with accepting this Shakur fight, but you know, thinking about it more, man, he might have boxed himself in the corner where he gotta accept the fight. Because think about it, if he said no to this, what fight did they have on the table for him, right? Who was talking about putting a fight together? Who else was pressing him, talking about fighting him for real? So that was realistic. Not too many people. So I think he would have been on the sideline, man. Mr. Versace broadcast, man. Shout out to Mr. Versace, man.
Versace podcast. I'm your host, Mr. Versace himself, Rick Reno, and joining me today,
Mr. Versace himself, Rick Reno, that's his name.
Ring Magazine and WBO world champion Teofimo Lopez, undefeated 3-division world champion Shakur Stevenson. These two men will collide.
His dad sitting up there looking like Frankie Ladeo, I'm telling you. His ass sitting up there looking like Frankie Liddell from Moonwalker. I know y'all remember. Y'all remember the movie.
January 31st,
Especially with
the
that
Mecca
hat.
of boxing, Madison Square Garden in New York City, live and exclusively on DAZN. Tio, I'm going to start with you. When did you first become aware of Shakur Stevenson?
People
When did
must
you
got
first
some
hear
money,
the name?
Bruce, guys. OGs, people must got that
When
bag.
did you first maybe see a fight of his?
Well, first off, it's great to be here. Grateful, thankful to be here, first and foremost on that part. I've seen Shakur back in
amateurs, pros?
Yeah, I'm thinking though. I don't know if it's 2011 or 2012 National Junior Olympics or Junior National Golden Gloves. And I remember seeing him. He was wearing a white tank top. I think it was red trunks, red and white trunks. And he was just whooping on dude bad. And that's when I noticed. But we were in different weight classes at the time, different age group, I think.
Damon was good.
Yeah, we were both cleaning up our divisions leading up to the finals. He ended up winning. I ended up, coming in second. But nevertheless, that's when I noticed him. And yeah, ever since then, it's just been history.
What were your early impressions?
Facts,
I like his style.
Bruce.
He could fight. Yeah.
What about you, Shakur? When did you first become aware of Tio?
It's so crazy. I really was like I ain't gonna say I was no nerd, but I was like a boxing nerd. So like when I first kind of got aware of Tio, it was probably before he even knew me. But I used to get on YouTube and I used to watch like the DMV fights, and they used to have like the Region 2. I want to say he was with Region 2 with Florida. And I seen one of his fights up there, and I kind of watched him. I thought he was a good fighter, and that's when I kind of got a first whiff of Tio. But when I finally first met him, probably was the same time you're talking about.
For the bulk of your careers, you were both under the same promotional banner.
Yeah,
were you cordial, friendly?
I was good with Tio. I thought Tio was a little jealous of me. That's what I thought.
Did you get a sense of that, Tio? Were you any jealousy in there? Because both of you guys were being pushed, but it seemed like to me, just from the outside looking in, that he was pushed ahead of you. He was getting the fights that you would. You were calling for Loma. He got Loma.
Yeah.
You wanted other guys. He was getting other guys. Did you see him as a future foe? Because at one point you were two.
It's funny, bro. It'd be funny that some of the names that these fighters brag about beating be a fighter that had an opportunity to fight Shakur but said no. Shit is annoying with that Loma talk. Like, that's why I always wish he would have got that Loma fight, because they wouldn't be able to hang that over his head, and it'd have been really good for his resume, a good opportunity, in his career for him to get the opportunity to fight Loma. But Loma gave Tio the shot. Like, they fought each other, and then, he fought Devin, but he ain't fight Shakur. I hated that. Loma robbed us. They ain't fight Tank. Robbed us.
I think that everything just plays out the way.
And that's it. I just want to highlight that. These dudes' biggest flex be a fighter that turned Shakur down and fought a lesser guy. I just want everybody to know that. Narcissist Pride said Tio gonna win by KO. Look, he thinks so too, bro. It could happen, bro. He got the punching power to do it, right? But I think a KO against arguably the best defensive fighter in boxing actively today, I think it's less likely to happen. It's still possible because it's boxing. Anything can happen. But I think a KO is less than likely to happen, on top of the fact that Tio is a guy that only got one knockout at 140. So he'll be changing his stripes a little bit if he revert back to his 135 days and end up getting a knockout over the best opponent that he's faced to date. That'd be impressive, man. So look, I won't rule it out. Anything is possible. I do think I call this a 50-50 fight, man. Both guys got to get their respect just for taking this type of fight at this point in their career. They putting everything on the line. And I respect that the winner going to get his just due, but so will the loser, man.
It does, and eventually we was going to end up meeting up with each other eventually. I think that's how it works, right? When two greats collide, you're bound to see a great fight.
Card for the
so I never seen any jealousy in my part with him. I mean, for crying out loud, he fought for Team USA, he got a silver medal. And,
not during them times, though, bro.
The whole thing
not
was
during them times.
pushed.
I'm speaking on the times where I felt like you had a push start. You got the you used to be ahead of me as far as like you was the code on Terrence Crawford card. I was underneath. Then you got the opportunity to fight with Lomachenko. And after that, I felt like I kind of got pushed more than you, and you felt some type of way about the way that I was pushed more than you when it came down to ESPN. I remember you saying a little comment with the ESPN only like black fighters and all that kind of stuff. And when you said that, I kind of felt like it was a shot at me. So I felt like it was a little bit of jealousy.
No, I just didn't give enough. That's all.
Cool.
I'm not gonna lie, to Core's point, I don't like the jealousy talk really in boxing, but I'll say this. Teo seemed like he had an issue with the fact that he wasn't the priority the way he felt like he should have been. I don't want to call it jealousy, but maybe envy, right? I know they go hand in hand, but you get me. I ain't with the jealousy, girly girl angle. I would just say he felt some type of way. He definitely wasn't happy about the way they was pushing the fighters. Because remember, he said, man, ESPN, you know, they could keep the black fighters. Remember, he was talking that stuff. So it was a shot at them. And he did start mentioning dudes and speaking about how much money these guys make. So it is some truth to what Core is saying. He did peek his head out, you know what I mean, during that time. He was very unsatisfied with the way he was being treated over there at ESPN. Even more recently after that, he talked about how his contract was invalid and all these different things and how he wanted to get out. It was a lot. Remember, he tried to stick it to Bob when he went the Triller direction. Like, there's a lot with this dude. But so he been salty. Maybe this is why he took this opportunity. Remember, Shakur Stevenson, this opportunity, he could say what he want. This opportunity took him from fighting in a Hulu theater to Madison Square, man. I don't know, man. I think that's big, man. I think that's big, bro.
Didn't give enough about it all.
Yeah, but when you said in the comments, you said something there. It was something you said at that time. That was something. It was the way you felt, right?
Nah, I just pushed the movement that I felt like we was taking over as we are now.
Like I said, I think you the truth. I know I'm the truth, and can't wait to see it.
With Teo, you said in a recent interview.
He asked Teo, that's how you felt, right? Teo said, nah, that was just the movement I felt like I should push. He said he never honest. He's so dishonest with the simplest shit. That is clearly how you felt. You was a little emotional dude talking about keep the black fighters. You was sounding crazy, bro. It's hard to say you was emotional. You felt some type of way. You get what I'm saying? But yeah, I remember this dude was doing backflips, wearing a Heisman jerseys, the college jerseys, doing flips in the ring, doing the Fortnite dances. They was loving Teo. At the point where it felt like stuff changed for Teo was after he lost to Cambosis. Really, once he beat Loma and started acting diva. But then really when he got lost to Cambosis, it was more so like people was like, good for you. You know what I mean? Because he damn near turned into a little asshole. You get what I'm saying? Shout out to the queen, Lisa. How you feeling? Always good to see the queen in the building. Yeah, Teo is a strange dude. Strange dude. Peace to the queen. How you feeling? Now let's keep going.
That you feel that this is Shakur's time to lose. That you see this fight going two ways. Either you're going to make him quit or you're knocking him out. Are you standing by that?
Yeah, I'm a champion. He's coming to go in my weight division. He's trying to take over my stuff.
Broly.
This is my bread and butter. I stand on it, and I'm not going to allow anyone, not a single soul in this room take what I've worked so hard for.
Now, Shakur, you, judging by the recent CompuBox numbers, you're number one by a mile as far as fighters not landing any power punches on you. How do you feel when you hear a guy say he might not just stop you, but he might make you quit in the fight?
Make me quit is crazy. Like, I don't got no quit in me, but it's cool. He's supposed to feel that way. Like, he's supposed to say the things that he's saying. He's not saying nothing out of the ordinary or something that I didn't expect. Only thing that I kind of took away, he got on a podcast, I want to say, he said that I was slow. And that's the part where I'm like, okay, he's going to be very surprised come fight night to where it's like, you really thought I was slow? Like, is that something that you put in your brain and thought it was about to come out there and work?
Now, Teo did recently.
That shit funny because Teo was saying that. Teo was saying Shakur slow. And he said when you get past his jab, he lunch food. Like he was talking crazy. I mean, yeah, he beat Taylor and did nothing since. And I think the interesting dynamic official going into this fight, and it's not the end all be all, right? But he went into a fight with Arnold Barboza, who's a solid, good fighter, but he just didn't have what it takes or the kind of style or the skill set to be able to push the temperament and none of that to be able to push T.O. in a way that I think it would have been good for him to be pushed going into this fight. But whereas Core is fresh off as a Zapata fight, Zapata was what gave it everything he got. Arnold Barboza, some would critique and say that he didn't even sell out. He didn't even go for it, right? He left something in the ring that night. He didn't fight like a guy that was hungry. He didn't fight with the sense of urgency. He didn't fight the way he was selling it to us in the fighter meetings and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So I did find it strange that Shakur wasn't there for long after the presser, but maybe there was something he had to get to. Probably got up out of there. Let's keep rolling. Hit that like button, y'all.
Say,
sub to the channel.
On our weekly show, Inside the Ring, with Max Kellerman, I think there's some guy, Coppinger, on there. I don't really know him too well. I just know Shakur puts the mute button when he's on.
Yeah, definitely.
But you said on there that Terrence Crawford sent one of his little guys to come after you, implying that obviously you want a fight eventually with Terrence Crawford. Is this a fight where, first, do you see Shakur as a legitimate threat in 140? Because he's a guy moving up. At one point, you were 2 divisions ahead of him. And in second to that, is this a fight where you want to send a message to Terrence Crawford based on your performance in this fight?
I guess, yeah, to put it all together, I mean, you got to fight the best, and he's real close to Crawford, very close to him. And I think that, you know, Crawford has high hopes of him, high expectations on Shakur, and what better way? You know, I tried other ways that didn't work, and that's just part of me just learning. So I think now it's better just to do it with action, you know, let the fist talk. And now he's here, you know, and like you said, I was 2 divisions ahead of him at one point in time. Now he's here going up to my division at 140 and trying to reclaim and claim everything. Yeah,
I don't
could
like
care
this
less,
T.O.,
though.
bro. Come on, bro. Get on with the humble stuff, bro. I want the T.O. that's rowdy. Like, where is he at, bro?
I'll show you January 31st.
Okay, we're gonna see. I don't like this version. It's like, man, listen here, bro. What you gonna do? What you gonna do come fight night? That's what I want to hear.
Hey man, you see people trashing the presser, and look, it wasn't nothing to write home about. But look, this sit down was better than the presser. You hear what Court saying to him? Look, I don't like this, T.O. Like, nah, bro. Like, where that energy at? Like, nah. Like, nah. What you gonna do? Like, you talking all this other shit, man? Nah, don't try to play the humble role. You talk shit with everybody else, right? Think about it. He was in these interviews talking about how slow Shakur is, how he afraid of power. Nah, stand on that shit. Talk that shit right now when he in front of you. That's what I'm talking about. Nah, you're gonna see January 31st. And then I see people giving T.O. credit, talking about, yeah, he just playing mind games. If Shakur think, you know, all T.O. weaknesses is all he got is a mental, and then he cooked. Like, all right, okay, keep thinking that. I'm telling you, when he in front of him, his energy different, bro. That's all I'm saying. Fight energy will be different. Time, take it. I can't wait, bro. Hit the like.
I
Let's
like
keep
this T.O.,
yeah.
bro. Come on, bro. Get on with the humble stuff, bro. I want the T.O. that's rowdy. Like, where is he at, bro?
I'll show you January 31st.
Okay, we're gonna see. I don't like this version. It's like, man, listen here, bro. What you gonna do?
You hear me? Court said, what you gonna do?
You'll see.
Okay, I can't wait. I promise you, I can't wait.
I've been here. I'm gonna continue to stay here.
I've been looking at you for years.
Yeah,
bro.
Glenn, shout out to Glenn Von D.
I've been
good,
already.
Okay, that's
this.
good.
I played it out of my
good.
brain.
You gotta focus
times.
on the top guy.
For sure, you
gotta
the top
focus
guy.
on the number one.
You a beast, bro.
From the east.
Yeah, I don't know about from the east. Well, is Florida technically the east?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you know.
That's the thing, though. Core, like, yo, look, T.O., you a beast, man, but he ain't being funny. He being serious. He like, yo, T.O., you nice. And that's the guy that he prepares for. That's what I believe he'll be preparing for a fight night. That's why I like how he keeping that energy, but he also let you know that he confident that he gonna win.
Great.
You said after you watched his fight with Barboza that you saw that he was on point, and you went to your people. You said, "I want this fight. Make this fight happen." Why Teo?
Dog, honestly, that's why I'm saying about the version right now.
Yeah.
Because if you watch the last fight week, with,
Florida and
Times
South,
Square,
right?
Yeah.
Teo was the guy who kind of sold the event. He put on a showmanship display come fight night. He looked real good in the ring. Did some Roy Jones like things. So that kind of excited me. Like that kind of brought like something out of me to where it's like I want to go against that guy. That guy is that good, and let's see if he could be that good in front of my style. Can he do them same things in front of me? I don't believe it, but I want to see.
Nah, I love
based,
it. I love
there
it.
are
Can you do that shit in front of me, huh? Teo? All that shit you be doing, huh? Slapping your feet, showboating. Would it be with Joan the Jabberwocky shit in there, the Fortnite? Yeah, can you do that with Core in front of you? And can you be successful while you do it? I'm not saying you can't, but like Core said, I want to see if you could do it. I want to see whose style is superior to the other. I want to see who's smarter than the other one. You know what I'm saying? I want to see who could really put the next guy, the other guy, in a bad situation and take that dub. That's what I want to see. I mean, yeah, man, finally, man. And look, yo, I believe BJ, if Shakur is still on top rank, this fight doesn't happen right now. If Shakur is still on top rank, this fight definitely don't happen. The fact that he's not there is why I think this fight is happening.
Here and there about Teo's mental state, as far as the critics. And you are a type of guy, when you're in the ring, you take guys sometimes to a dark place. After a couple of rounds, you sort of break them. Do you think you're going to break him after a couple of rounds?
Yeah, I know I'm going to break him. I know it's going to be a certain point in that fight to where he's going to be mentally frustrated. And when he gets mentally frustrated, that is where I'm going to attack.
What do you think, Teo, you have to do to combat his style? Because you're a guy who likes to analyze your opponent. You look for those openings and you capitalize on it, but you can't really fight like that with a guy with the...
Keep saying it. They say boxing is 90% mental, right? And look, that's the aspect of the game I think that Shakur's strongest. And I think his physical is at a point where it could complement his mental capacity in the ring, where they kind of work hand in hand and prepare him to be the best version of himself on fight night. And Teofimo has that ability too, but he's also shown you the ability consistently to not be able to rise to the level or to underperform, right? Shakur, you probably got one performance that people try to overly cook that you could say underperformed, but he won, right? So there's that. They both have some things where they ain't look their best, and both guys got to be on A++ game fight night for sure.
Style of Shakur, and you've said you may have to make this fight really rough. What do you mean by that?
I think that it's just two guys that believe that no one could get into their defense, no one could get into their offense, no one could actually get into their
good,
style.
My guy.
Stylistically,
was
he
good
believes
with
he's
it,
the
bro.
best, and I know I'm the best, and that's why we're getting to this point now. He wants to challenge himself. I'm here for it. I'm here to challenge myself every time. That's part of boxing, and I think that one thing we are doing here, Mr. Versace, is one thing for a fact is that we're showing all the next generation this is how you do it. You don't do it in your early 30s. You do it now. You do it when the time is right, and this is the right time. That's why we're fighting in the big room. That's why everything is on the line. That's why I'm putting everything that it's got to be. You know what I mean? He's got more to gain. I got nothing to lose. So where does that go into? Anything. It's really just the truth. It is the sport. Who wants it more? How bad you want it. And no matter what, when it all said and done, we're going to show all these other guys, no matter how much money you make in this, you got to fight the best eventually.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Florida.
Well, you were practically 1 foot out the door of this division. You wanted to fight Jaron Ennis.
That's what I like what he's saying. I like what Teo's saying there too. But I'll tell you what, man. We overanalyze everybody else's energy, right? When Jermell Charlo was acting a different way against Canelo, right? We was pointing that out, talking about, man, I don't like how Charlo acted, man. We need that other Charlo. Well, this the most respectful and calm that this dude has been in the presence of a fighter that I could remember though, right? Like, especially with the way he be talking about Core. Now he in front of me like, he very respectful. Shit different. You feel that energy. You don't want to talk crazy now, huh? Oh, man. Yeah, man. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Shout out to Ghost. You know it, bro. You know it. T.L. Doug Haney just to lose the Core. Shout out to D-Quest. You know it. Talk to him, man. Asses will be whooped. Hey, man, I told you, man. Hey, Quest, the walls is closing in for Tio. He ain't had long to keep playing these games he was playing, right? Think about it. Look how many fights that he turned down on Top Rank from, like, Matias. Even way back from when he picked Claggett and turned down other guys, right? Better fighters. Claggett, turned down Matias, Haney, just sitting there and then ended up in the corner with Shakur on his heels. So it's going to be a great fight with them, man. I can't wait to see it.
That didn't come about, not because of you. You wanted that fight.
Then tell him why. If it wasn't me, then who?
Well, I think Ennis didn't want to stick around at the weight. As far as what Ennis's people told me, he did. But I know you were willing to fight him even at a catch weight.
Because I'm crazy.
So what was it about Shakur when you said, I'll stick around at 140 and fight this guy?
His last fight, Cepeda. His last fight. You don't know how many people are talking about him on every scale.
Lost mentality piece, OG.
And when it came to the talks of me and Haney fighting in August, I didn't go for it because he had no motion. Now he does after the Brian Norman. But Shakur, it's all there. But I didn't focus on him. I was focused on what's next, trusting my power team, trusting on my team and what can do and who could we fight next. Shakur decided, he initiated, let's go up to fight Tio. Kudos to him. He's going to the top guy. He ain't going to marinate. He's going right to it. So obviously he's there to aim for greatness, and that's great. That's what we need in the sport of boxing.
Hell with y'all. Y'all got everything to say, man. Tio, you could call this shit mind games if you want. This shit ain't no mind games of Corey. He just nice as hell, bro on his best behavior. He over here appreciating how Shakur going for greatness. He like, yeah, and he want to be great and Now it's almost. I got the double stream, Ghost. I don't know what side you on, but it's about 70 people in the building. Make sure y'all hitting the like button on both sides. Support the grind. Let's keep going. But he got Tio on his best behavior, man. Tio out here talking about how Shakur chasing greatness and shit. Before it was he easy, he's slow. He ain't that good. It's this, it's that. We got him. You get past his jab, he's nothing. And then you in front of him like, man, he's chasing greatness. You know, he wants to be great. He comes straight up to me, want to go for the guy. No marinating. Like, we know all of that, T.O. What is you going to do? Back to what Core said, bro. Nah, we ain't trying to hear all that friendly shit. Teofimo, huh? Timalifu. We not trying. He acting like Timalifu right now. We need Tio back. He acting like Timalifu, man. He acting like that guy that Turkey Al-Sheikh be talking about. Timalifu. He acting like Timalifu right now. This ain't Tio. This Timalifu.
You said, I'll stick around at 140 and fight this guy.
His last fight, Cepeda.
His last fight.
You don't know how many people are talking about him on every scale level.
Yo, listen.
And when it came to the talks of me and Haney fighting in August, look, I didn't go for it because he had no motion. Now he
ain't had no motion is crazy.
Shakur, it's all there. But
bro,
I didn't focus on him. I was focused on what's next, trusting my power team, trusting on my team and what can do and who could we fight next. Shakur decided, he initiated, let's go up. Close to him, he's going to the
bro.
But I didn't focus on him. I was focused on what's next, trusting my power team, trusting on my team and what can do and who could we fight next.
What could do?
Shakur decided, he initiated, let's go up to fight Tio. Kudos to him. He's going to the top guy. He ain't going to marinate. He's going right to it. So obviously he's there to aim for greatness, and that's great. That's what we need in the sport of boxing.
You're under.
Man, Tio, nice to say. Shout out to Tio. This shit don't mean nothing. No, I'm just poking fun. I'm having fun with it. He is stressed out. He acting like Team Alifu right now, bro. Bro acting like Team Alifu right now, man. all nice and shit. Nah, talk some of that wild shit. But he wanted to talk the jiggle my balls stuff at the presser, right? Now that's it. When you remove the circus, a clown out of the circus, they forced to behave differently, and that's what you seen. Yeah, he got that energy in front of him. He like, man, this dude is pretty damn good. Bacon was good with it, fam. He said Shakur winning. I agree. I think Core got this in a competitive, good fight, a really good fight, because Tio ain't gonna go easy, but Shakur gonna beat him.
Tio has one blemish on his record, which is the George Kambosos fight. Tio, his dad, they say, is a vastly improved fighter since that fight. Do you think he's a vastly improved fighter since that fight, or do you see the same mistakes? You said he makes a lot of mistakes. Yeah. Do you still see the same mistakes to capitalize on that you saw in that fight?
Honestly, I'll be a fool to think that the fighter that I'm gonna fight is the fighter that Kambosos fought against. I think with that fight, he probably mentally wasn't fully there. And then I also heard he had some.
Listen to the dick, man, yo.
The fighter that I'm gonna fight against.
Yeah. Yo, bro. Nah, I don't mean to keep stopping it, but y'all know how we do over here. Mike Magic, my bro, what's good with it, Mike? How you feeling? Shout out to 2 cents. I just want you to listen when they ask Shakur a question, how realistic his response is. A typical fighter, when they ask him about a time that a guy is lost, they gonna be like, yeah, man, he looked this and that, and I'm gonna do this and that because of that fight. Shakur like, man, he wasn't himself in that fight. Look how real he is with his assessment. Because we all know if George Kambosos and Tio fought 9 or 10 more times, we got Tio winning every single time. At least I do. You get me? You know what I mean? He wasn't in his right mind, but he's shown the ability in more than one fight to not be in his right mind and struggle. I don't think he could afford that against Shakur, but he's also shown the ability to rise to the occasion multiple times too. So we just got to see what Tio we going to get. But Shakur knew full well he wasn't himself. He was emotional and he mentally wasn't where he needed to be, and it cost
that fight.
Honestly, I'll be a fool to think that the fighter that I'm gonna fight against is the fighter that Kambosos fought against. I think with that fight, he probably mentally wasn't fully there, and then I also heard he had some other issues going on during that time. So, I know to expect the best version of Tio. Tio kind of shows up when the guys that you think is going to beat him, that's when he shows up the most. So I'm expecting the best version of him. Expect the best version of me. And I think it's going to be a tremendous fight.
Shout out to Z. What's good, homie?
Man, this dude is in my way. That's how I look at it. Like, same way he probably feel about me, I feel the same way about him. He's in my way. I'm chasing greatness.
But I wasn't in your way. You came up to my weight.
Yeah.
You didn't have nobody at 35.
That's true, but you the guy, bro. You the guy. You fought kings. You been the guy for years.
But you the guy on the pound for pound.
I agree. I agree. I understand.
So how am I the guy if you on the pound for
pound?
You're
the guy, bro. You know you the guy, bro.
I'm Theo. Yes.
Yeah. You been the guy since, bro. You the guy. But I'm just telling you.
But I don't.
You're in my way, bro.
I don't carry it that way.
But you're in my way.
The mentality is never going to be that way.
But you're in my way. But you're in my way. So I got to move you out my way. That's how I look at this.
Nope.
Corey trying that foolish shit, Theo. You in the way, bro. He said, but I wasn't in the way. You came up to my division. You ain't had nobody at 35. This sit down was better than the presser for sure. Theo said you ain't had nobody at 35. Of course, they're true, but you the guy. I like this. The twins
that you think
the twins in the building. Shout out to JP.
That's when
I know
he shows
that
up
work.
the
Shout
most,
out to the twins.
I'm expecting the best version of him. Expect the best version of me, and I think it's gonna be a tremendous fight. I'm not. Man, this dude is in my way. That's how I look at it. Like, same way he probably feel about me, I feel the same way about him. He's in my way. I'm chasing greatness.
But I wasn't in your way. You came up to my weight.
Yeah.
You didn't have nobody at 35.
That's true, but you the guy, bro. You the guy. You fought kings. You been the guy for
years.
On the low. This dude is in my way. That's how I look at it. Like, same way he probably feel about me, I feel the same way about him. He's in my way. I'm chasing greatness.
But I wasn't in your way. You came up to my weight.
Yeah.
You didn't have nobody at 35.
That's true, but you the guy, bro. You the guy. You 4 kings.
I don't know why that's funny to me. You ain't had nobody at 35. But boxing talk up north was good, Ryan. He a funny dude. I ain't gonna lie. He a funny dude. You ain't had nobody at 35. Core know he's like Core. Like, yeah, you got.
That's when he shows up the most. So I'm expecting the best version of him. Expect the best version of me. And I think it's gonna be a tremendous fight. I'm not. Man, this dude is in my way. That's how I look at it. Like
Johnny Blaze,
same way he probably feels
dude.
about me, I feel the same way about him. He's in my way. I'm chasing greatness.
But I wasn't in your way. You came up to my weight.
Yeah.
You didn't have nobody at 35.
That's true, but you the guy, bro.
Yeah,
you the guy.
nobody
You
at
4
35.
kings. You been the guy for
But
years.
you the guy
and
on the
years.
pound for pound.
I
I'm not.
agree. I agree. I understand.
So how am I the guy if you on the pound
But
for
you're
pound?
the guy, bro. You know you the guy, bro.
I'm Theo. Yes.
Yeah. You been the guy since, bro. You the guy. But I'm just telling you.
But I don't.
You're
see,
in my
that's the
way,
thing.
bro.
I don't carry it that way.
But you're in my way.
The mentality is never going
But
to
you're
be
in
that
my way. But you're in my way. So
No.
I gotta move you out my way. That's how I look at this.
Nope.
No. Ain't nobody taking food off my table. That's all I'm gonna say.
But I'll tell you this though, you bit more than you could chew.
That's cool. You can feel that way.
For sure.
But come fight night, you're gonna realize this is a lot different than being on the outside than being inside of there.
As they all say.
Okay. I'm slow, right?
Mentally.
Oh my God, mentally. Okay. I'm talking about
Now, of
slow
course,
in the
slow
boxing ring,
mental.
right?
Yeah, Tio,
I
get
look at
on
these.
Nope. No.
Ain't nobody taking
Yo,
food
get
off
on
my
my
table.
nerves,
That's
yo.
all I'm gonna say.
But I'll tell you this though, you bit more than you could chew.
That's cool. You can feel that way.
For sure.
But come fight night, you're gonna realize this is a lot different than being on the outside than being inside of there.
As they all say.
Okay. I'm slow, right?
Cat Sports. He said
my
mentally.
God, mentally, okay. I'm talking about I'm slow in the boxing ring, right?
Mentally.
I'm talking about the boxing ring, what you was talking about. I'm slow, right?
Mentally.
Okay, you gonna see.
Yo, Tio, get on my nerves. Yo, he get on my nerves, yo. Tio get on my damn nerves, y'all. Core trying to get something out of him, yo. He won't respond. He like, I'm slow, right? He like, mentally. Like, you know, Core ain't no damn slow mentally, bro. Like, and speaking of that, like, Tio might think that and he might exploit that. And I'm telling you, if he makes me a believer, if he proves me wrong fight night, he getting all the credit, all the praise. Even if Tio lose, he getting the credit for stepping in here. I appreciate Tio for stepping up at a time where Core was having a tough time getting that type of name recognition fighter in the ring with him, right? That guy that could be deemed somewhat on his level that can go out there and push him and possibly beat him. Like Paulie Malignaggi said, man, if it's anybody that could possibly beat him on his best day, it's Tio. But that's what I'm expecting on fight night. And that's the question I got for the chat. Does the best version of Teofimo beat the best version of Shakur? That's what we get to find out, at least for the most part, come fight night. We get to find out if they can beat the best version of each other.
Tio, to Shakur's point, you seem to be the guy.
I look at this.
Nope.
Shout out to Anthony, man. What's good with it,
Ain't
man?
nobody taking
Well,
food off
mentality,
my table.
yeah, I'm
That's all
telling you,
I'm saying.
Mr.
I'll
Wicks.
tell you this though, you bit more than you could chew.
It's cool. You can feel that way.
For sure.
But come fight night, you're gonna realize this is a lot different than
Cat
being on
said
the outside than being inside of there.
As they all say.
Okay.
116, 112. I'm with
I'm
you,
slow, right?
bro.
Mentally.
Oh my God, mentally.
We
Okay.
got 80 people in the building. Hit
I'm
that
talking
like
about I'm
button.
slow
y'all.
in the boxing ring, right?
Mentally.
I'm talking about the boxing ring, what you was talking about. I'm slow, right?
Mentally.
Okay, you're gonna see. I promise you're gonna see.
Tio, to Shakur's point,
Be cute. What it do?
you seem to be the guy that rises to the level of your competition. When you were going against Loma, people felt you were the underdog. Josh Taylor, the same thing. And those are the fights where you really showcased your skills and abilities and upset the odds. Is this another fight where you're coming in there with that mentality to upset the odds?
Just put them in front of me and I'll beat them. Not about the odds. It's about, I guess defining them. You define the odds. Everybody's against you, great. That's when you know you're doing great. I put a thing out there. It's like, if you want to be liked in this sport, be a
Right,
good
right,
boxer.
right.
If you want to
Reef.
be loved in the sport, be the best boxer. But if you want to be
OP,
hated
my
in the
guy.
sport,
What's
including
good,
the
bro?
odds, be the greatest
Is that a new
boxer.
logo, OP?
Does that bother you based on your accomplishments?
No,
That
absolutely not. This is part of what it is. Tell me one fighter that was not at the top, that was doing their own thing, that people didn't want to see them lose or not get their fair share.
But what I'm saying is, you said like Shakur's on the pound for pound list. You're not. Does that bother you at all based on your level of accomplishments?
No,
You got 2 ring belts right now on your lap.
and it's not
Who the bigger fight, Shakur, Teo?
enough.
Well, the one you guys are fighting for is right there.
I need more. I need more. I think with
Oh, it's
success,
not
there's no
really.
such thing as too much of it. I need more. I crave it. I need it.
And I
It's
know
my lifeline.
I know, Shakur, you were pushing for that belt in the Zepeda fight, and
Yeah.
it couldn't really happen because of Zepeda's ranking, not because of yours.
Yeah.
Now you got it.
Who had the ring at 35?
Nobody.
They should have gave you the ring.
Yeah. I agree, but come with it, bro.
No,
You
I'm
gonna
just
get
saying,
the
they
ring
should've
from
done
you?
that.
Well, it's usually number 1 and 2, and 1 and 2 is him and Keyshawn, and him and Keyshawn are close
Oh, they
friends, and that
buddies.
fight couldn't happen.
Hey, buddies.
Yes, sir.
So you played yourself. All right.
How I play myself, bro.
You could have got a ring. You could have had 2 like me right now.
I ain't gonna fight my brother.
Gotta go grill in
See,
about
that's
it.
Hey, man. Ain't no brothers in this thing.
you ain't got brothers, brother, but I got brothers.
I had one, but he ain't here no more. So it's
Yeah.
like,
I'm just telling you how I look at it, bro.
So
I don't get it. I bet you their plan is this, and this is it. He goes to 140, tries to claim it. Then he'll probably go back down to 35. Let Keyshawn go to 40 and do his thing at 40. And then Crawford's got his agenda. He's already on his way out soon, eventually. It's a little.
I got a
Shit.
question though, bro. What do one man's plan or whatever you got to do with?
Because it's not boxing.
Yo, see? Told y'all. Yeah, because they make everything Shakur do some Crawford type of, oh, well, he's doing that because of Crawford. Nah, man, you hear what he's saying to Teo. That's why I be wanting to
Down
know
to
too, man.
35. Let Keyshawn go to 40 and do his thing at 40. And then Crawford's got his agenda. He's already on his way out soon, eventually. It's a little.
I got a
Shit.
question though, bro. What do one man's plan or whatever you got to do with?
Because
you?
it's not boxing.
It's boxing, yeah. It is
This
boxing.
ain't
I'm fighting
boxing.
you.
It
I'm
is
not fighting nobody
boxing.
else.
It is not the
I'm
truth.
fighting you.
But I understand, but it's not the essence of what we
The
did
essence
it for, what
of
we do.
shit
Do
is
it
boxing,
for.
bro. Boxing
This
is
is
me versus you, the best versus the.
Don't try that damn word salad with Corey. Corey ain't trying to hear that. He said the essence of shit. I'm fighting you. What are you talking about? Like Teo trying to, what you trying to kick knowledge? Teo trying to kick knowledge. Corey ain't trying to hear that. Said, bro, what?
and then Crawford's got his agenda. He's already
This
on his
man,
way
yo,
out soon,
trying to
eventually.
get deep. They're
It's
just
a little.
I got a
Shit.
question though, bro. What do one man's plan or whatever you got to do with?
Because
you?
it's not boxing.
It's boxing, yeah. It is
This
boxing.
ain't
I'm fighting
boxing.
you.
It
I'm
is
not fighting nobody
boxing.
else.
It is not the
I'm
truth.
fighting you.
But I understand, but it's not the essence of what we
The
did
essence
it for, what
of
we do.
shit
Do
is
it
boxing, bro. Boxing is
this is
me versus.
because it's not boxing.
he said
It's
the
boxing,
essence of
yeah. It
shit.
is
This
boxing.
ain't
I'm fighting
boxing.
you.
It
I'm
is
not fighting nobody
boxing.
else.
It is not the
I'm
truth.
fighting you.
But I understand, but it's not the essence of what we
The
did it
essence
for, what
of
we do.
shit
Do
is
it
boxing,
for.
bro. Boxing
This is
me versus you, the best versus the best.
I got you.
That's
we
what
Go
can,
hit
boxing
we
me.
is.
can
You
all
already
kick
know.
it
John
when we
Wick was
done,
good.
retired.
Bro,
we can
you
all
got
kick
the
it when we
Ring
at the Hall of
magazine
Fame
belts
type
right
stuff.
there on your shits right now, right? Are you
I
the best
earned
fighter
them.
at 140?
That I am.
So if that's the case, what are we talking about? Why are we talking about
Don't flip
anybody
it.
else?
Don't flip it.
No, I'm really asking.
You had opportunities to be
Why
the
are we
best
talking about
at-
anybody else? It's me
You
and
had
you.
the opportunity to be the best at 135.
Okay.
You ain't
Yeah,
tend to
this
do
dude
that
is
because
wild,
you
bro.
got
How?
brothers.
My brothers, hold on, time out. Let's understand what you're saying. Keyshawn had one fight where he got the belt, right? Right?
At 35.
Yes.
Okay.
After that fight, he had.
But you get what I'm saying,
How long
right?
did he have a belt for? No, you saying that I'm not fighting the best. I will fight anybody. But I'm just saying.
But not your brothers.
No, I'm not fighting somebody that I came up with.
And this is
somebody I really been with, like on some real trenches. Me and this person, I'm not. There ain't no money in the world that's gonna make me do that, bro.
all right. So like, let's say that was
But
the
I will
case,
fight
right?
you.
Let's say that was the case, and
You the guy.
Y'all ain't gonna see no unifications at 40 if he tries to take mine, cause he buddy with.
Ain't you gonna beat me?
But I'm saying,
Ain't you gonna beat
me?
me?
I'm saying it.
That's
you
what we have.
You see? He basically admitting to defeat, bro. He trying to be so smart that he sound foolish, bro. You see? Just answer, just be normal, bro. Just be regular. Said you ain't gonna see no unifications at 140 with him. We ain't seeing none with you either. What are you talking about? You get what I'm saying? You got an opportunity to fight Matias and you didn't fight him. On pay-per-view, you ain't fighting in no unifications. You fighting a dude coming from 135 because he ready to take your shit. Shout out to Big Dog Willie. Appreciate the color in the chat. Teal trying to be sophisticated is hilarious. It is, yo. He keep talking about everything and everybody but him. Core like, bro, I'm fighting you. Why are we talking about everybody?
And we ain't never got a box again. Well,
right.
well. I already been getting these, but now it's time for you to get your just do.
Tio won't stop. He won't stop, yo, with the shenanigans. I'm telling you, Lisa, he crazy, man.
How long did he have a belt for? No, you saying that I'm not fighting the best. I will fight anybody. But I'm just saying.
But not your brothers.
No, I'm not fighting somebody that I came up with.
And this is
somebody I really been with, like on some real trenches. Me and this person, I'm not. There ain't no money in the world that's gonna make me do that, bro.
all right. So like, let's say that was
But
the
I will
case,
fight
right?
you.
Let's say that was the case, and
You the guy.
Y'all ain't gonna see no unifications at 40 if he tries to take mine, cause he buddy with.
Ain't you gonna beat me?
But I'm saying,
ain't you gonna beat me? That's what we have. If you gonna beat me,
no,
what are
I
we
know
talking
what I'm
about?
gonna do. I know what I'm
so
gonna do.
you gonna erase my name?
I know what I'm going to do.
This 140.
Basically, what I'm trying.
And you know what, real quick though, I keep running it back because y'all know me. I like to have fun with this stuff. But you know why this back and forth right here was better than the press conference? Because in the press conference, they water it down with like going through the particulars, right? Like they going through the motions. Hey, thank you for this one and that one and that one. And then they try to let the trainers you get what I'm saying? Let the other people speak before they let the fighter speak. This is a more intimate setting where it's the mediator, it's Rick, but it's Tio and it's Core. So he don't really got a bunch of people to deflect and say little silly stuff for him and try to make him laugh. He forced to be more authentic and genuine. That's why he coming off a little weird in this space, right? He damn near pretty much admitted, trying to be so smart, you damn near admitted that Shakur gonna take your belt. Talking about it ain't gonna be no unifications if he try to take mine. Like, shut up, bro.
And this is somebody I really been with, like on some real trenches. Me and this person, I'm not. There ain't no money in the world that's gonna make me do that, bro.
All right, so like, let's say that was
But
the
I will
case,
fight
right?
you.
Let's say that was the case, and
You the guy.
Y'all ain't gonna see no unifications at 40 if he tries to take mine, cause he buddy with.
Ain't you gonna beat me?
But I'm saying,
ain't you gonna beat me?
I'm saying it.
That's what we have.
I'm saying.
If you gonna beat me,
no,
what are
I
we
know what
talking
I'm
about?
gonna do. I know what I'm
so
gonna do.
you gonna erase my name?
I know what I'm
from
going to do.
This 140.
Basically, what I'm trying to let you know is that boxing ain't gonna allow it.
But how boxing not gonna allow it?
It won't.
How?
Cause now you facing me.
Oh shit! I'm so scared.
Boxing ain't gonna allow it. What the?
I'm scared for my life. I'm facing you.
Yo,
I know is that boxing ain't gonna allow it.
I'm trying to let you
Unifications
know.
at 40 if he tries to take mine.
Oh my god!
Because he buddy with.
Ain't you gonna beat me?
But I'm saying,
ain't you gonna beat me?
I'm saying it.
That's what we have. If you gonna beat me,
no,
what are
I
we
know
talking
what I'm
about?
gonna do. I know what I'm
so
gonna do.
you gonna erase my name?
I know what I'm going to do.
This
I know
basically what I'm trying to let you know is that boxing ain't gonna allow it.
But how boxing not gonna allow it?
It won't.
How?
Because now you facing me.
Oh shit! I'm so scared. Tio, I'm
stupid, bro.
I'm scared for my life. I'm facing you.
Tio, a funny dude, man. This shit is funny, man.
That shit don't move me, bro. I can't wait to see you. I've been waiting on this. Yo, I don't know how you don't understand. I've been waiting on this moment forever. Like, it's been years and years for this moment right here. You gave me the opportunity. I appreciate you for that. But shit come with it. Facts.
Mm-hmm.
Now, do you think,
Yeah,
based on what he said on inside the ring, where Crawford?
That's a fact. Where my guy at, man? Shout out to my guy ETB in the building, man. What's good with it, bro? How you feeling? Good to see you in the building. There's 80 people in the building, man. Hit that like button, sub to the channel, and all that good stuff. Support the grind. Shout out to Frequent Flyer, and somebody just hit me up. Shout out to my dog BJ33. Said appreciate the grind, fam. Appreciate the support. Shout out to the homie BJ, man. Man, I ain't gonna lie, bro. This definitely, not saying that this was like, oh my God, it's the best thing ever. But nah, this was definitely better energy. It was a more intimate set. And like I said, like more personal, however you want to look at it. At closer quarters, it's not a lot of people to deflect and all these other people to ask questions and ask uninteresting stuff. You got a chance to see them kind of interact with each other. And Teo, like I said, you just never know with this dude, but trust me, don't let none of this shit fool you. He gonna put up a fight, and he always do. Even in the one loss that he got, he put up a fight. So he gonna come to win. He feel like he got the ups. I think he feel like Shakur a smaller guy. Maybe he think he is scared of power. Maybe he think his power gonna be too much for him on the night. Maybe all that stuff he been saying he believe, but we gonna find out. But like I said, I just appreciate when two people put it all on the line. When you go out there and you fight somebody like a Teo, or Teo go fight a guy like Shakur that people feel like is the bad style matchup. You got so many people that saying Shakur is a bad style matchup for Teo, but you got guys that box dogs like Gary Antoine Russell who said the opposite. He said Teo's style is all wrong for Shakur. So like that's interesting. You don't hear a lot of people say it that way. They say it's the vice versa because Shakur the boxer, Teo like to be a counter puncher. When he got to go get you, he don't look good. But it's gonna be a battle to see who's gonna try to take the lead or be the counter puncher, right? I just can't wait to see this shit. I'm glad it's happening. I see some people still hoping that it don't happen. That's weird to me. You should want to see this fight because you get to see Shakur fight somebody, right? They say he don't fight nobody. Well, he jumping a weight class to go fight somebody. So this the kind of fight everybody should get in line for.
One of his little guys after me.
Crawford ain't send me. That's something that he just got something in his brain. I don't know what's his insecurity about Crawford. That's on him. But like me, Crawford ain't send me. I sent myself. I came to see Teo. I ain't called Bud like, yo, Bud, I need to go fight. No, it was me versus Teo.
Say this shit again. They got core messed up, bro.
I need to go fight. No, it was me versus Teo. That's
man. Hold on, man. Tay, what up, homie?
Insecurity about Crawford. That's on him. But like me, Crawford ain't send me. I sent myself. I came to see Teo. I ain't called Bud like, yo, Bud, I need to go fight. No, it was me versus Teo. That's what it is. I want to fight Teo.
Now, Teo
got a hard time accepting the fact that this dude that he think is scared of power and that he deems slow really wanted to fight him without Bud. He feel like Bud beating Canelo is motivated, Shakur to want to take that move. That's believable, but yeah, he ain't got to get no okay to want to fight you. You finally, somebody stepped up and pressed your line, and finally somebody answered the call. Is this the fight with Shakur bite off more than he could chew, right? Is he asking for too much to fight a guy like Teo at 140 in his first fight without acclimating? We get to find all of that out. Is Shakur really like that? Is all them gym stories and all that shit that you hear people talk, is all of that shit true? You get to find that out, right? When faced with real competition, that which Teo is, whether you love him or not, he's real competition. What is he going to do? What is he going to do? All right. He's had the best defense in boxing with the guys that he's fought thus far, right? Is he still going to have the best defense in boxing against Teofimo, right? Is his plus minus still going to be the highest against Teofimo going in there? He get to answer and prove some shit. You know what I'm saying? You get to see Shakur have to prove it again. Shout out to ETB, man. Yeah, I don't believe he's the KO guy at 140, bro. I'm with you. I feel like the explosive power was really at 35, but I think he still got the fast twitch and good hand speed and super athletic, right? So that might be a challenge for Core early, but I don't see the power being so devastating, right? that he like, oh my God, this is something I can't deal with. But we never know. But I just don't see it, bro.
Obviously, the Mecca, Madison Square Garden. You've been here before in the big room. Do you see this as being a big Teo crowd? You know, Newark's not that far away. Or do you see it being a Shakur crowd, 50-50? Or do you think the Teo supporters are coming out?
I believe all of it. I believe everyone should be here. If you love boxing, if you're just getting involved into boxing, come to Madison Square Garden. Get your tickets. Get your seats, good seats. It's going to be a great fight. This is a great showdown. And God willingly, you guys put on a great undercard. We need a good undercard on this fight. This is the magnitude of it. We're going to start 2026 with a banger. So whether you from Brooklyn, whether you from the Concrete Jungle or Brick City, any parts, whether you from Philly, anything. If you love boxing, come out here. Come out and support. And I mean that everywhere, from the UK, from the people from the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. I mean, everywhere and anywhere. You don't want to miss this.
I ain't gonna lie. I like parts of Teo energy, but I guess you can't even be surprised that he ain't showing you what he always show you. This dude just go, you know, back and forth. But I do like the fact that they did do this sit down, man. It is gonna be a good fight. I think this is the one that people should get behind and tune in. Shakur got some real history on his side if he could beat Teo. 4-division champion at 28 years old is very impressive, bro. And that's saying a lot. And despite what his naysayers to say, he'll be creating some separation between him and his contemporaries, man. Them accolades starting to pile up. And he still essentially has some unfinished business at 35 where he can go back down there and do some things. So, but one fight at a time, but this is definitely the one, man. This definitely says sales are going well. That's good, man. That's good. Different for Teo psychologically. He's never had someone come at him unprovoked. Cores knocking on his front door saying, bring your ass outside. Hey, man. Shout out to BLK, man. That's a fact, though. He is telling him, Corey is telling him to come out and play. You know what I mean? Come out and play, man. Get your hands dirty. Get some mud on your
New York
clips,
is probably
man.
going to be here for me, too. Like, I feel like it's a lot of New York fans that's rocking with Shakur and my movement and everything. So I think that it's going to be an exciting event, like you say. The best versus
If I don't go to the fight, we definitely doing a fight party, but my plans is to go to the fight, though. This one of the ones that you want to see, man. This one of the ones in New York is like the neighbor to Jersey. So y'all know I ain't too far from no NYC, man. And it'll be a good event to go to. I mean, get some good tickets for me and the family, man. And I definitely want to be in the building. But if not, I'm definitely gonna have it. Like, because this is the thing. I don't do nosebleeds, bro. I'm not one of those people. I'm not gonna be playing with no nosebleed seats. If I can't see, I'll watch it home before I be in a nosebleed, bro. So I'm used to some good seats, man. So as long as I get me some solid seats for me and the family, I'm in there because it's a must-see fight. But them nosebleeds hit different. I'm not gonna be up there with no binoculars. The ring look like a damn milk crate. It's like you be up there in them nosebleeds, like, damn, which one is Teo and which one is Shakur? You know what I'm saying? You be up there like, damn, who them ants fighting in that milk crate? Like, hell nah. You be like, you know what I'm saying? No, I'm already 4 eyes and already wear glasses. I'll be up there like, damn, like, which one is we should stay home. Like, hell no. I refuse. I want to say this real quick while I'm talking about it. I commend the people that pay for those seats that be way up there. I don't know if y'all getting them free. I don't know if they just giving them tickets out at that point when you way up there, but I salute y'all if y'all pay money to really try to come to the fight and be way up there. Cause I'm not doing. I need to look. I don't have to be on the floor, but like my seats be good to the point where I'm sitting from. Like, for example, when I was at the Artem fight in the Prudential, right? I was able to see Artem hit Shakur with some shit. He knocked the spit. I seen spit get punched out of Core mouth. Like, I need to be able to see that. Like, if I can't, you get me? I need to see, like, if you get punched in your stomach and you get poopy diaper, I need to be able to see that that's what's going on. Like, if I don't, it can't be like I just see you throwing punches. Like, I need to see what punches hurt. Like, you know what I'm saying? I need to see when you take a good shot, or I don't know. I'm just like that though. Because if I ain't got a good seat, then I might as well watch it from home. Because at least from home, you get what I'm saying? You get every single angle, right? So I'm all about that. Like, I like supporting, but I can't be in on nosebleeds looking at ants fighting in the milk crate. Like, who the hell is the man? Is that T or is that Shakur? Like, nah, we ain't gonna be playing. The $10 tickets, yeah. I'm telling you.
Me and him actually
feel
talked
me?
about this. This
I
what we
feel you.
knew
Feel me, bro?
it would be. I'm gonna come out victorious. That's how I see it. I don't see nothing else.
This has been the
cool.
Mr. Versace
Hey, what it do, homie?
podcast. I want to thank Tio and Shakur for joining me for today's episode. Until
This
next
was
time.
cool, man. This was a good sit down with them, man. Shout out to Rick, man. This was a good sit down. You need more of these, yo. You need more of these. I think that's why the pressers be sucking. You know what I mean? I think that's why the pressers be like weak like that, because it be too many people there and they get to ask all these other people questions. By the time you get to the fighters, it's like, now they're going through the motions. You get what I'm saying? So I think putting them in closer quarters allowed them to be more personal with each other, right? You know what I'm saying? Because Shakur was being very direct. Why are we talking about other people? I'm fighting you. Ain't you the guy? Ain't you gonna beat me? Why are we talking about other shit and other people? You get me? So I like the energy for this better than the presser for sure. All the seats to Shakur versus pay to fight was $500 no matter where you sat at. Yeah, man. See, that's not that some of the stuff that I seen online though. So that's not bad. And neither got sent to the nosebleeds if you're not directly affiliated with the promotion. God damn. See, that's crazy, man. That's wild, man. Well, I mean, I guess it's good, right? To an extent, I don't know. I just don't want to be having to hold up no binoculars to see what the hell going on. You feel me? All the flaws, Ring understands the fan aspect, right? Right. Like they brought that to us. I thought that was a good that was a really good sit down from the both of them, bro. From the both of them. You needed that. They kind of could use that, because again, the presser was like, they was kind of, looking like they didn't really want to do it. Or going through the motions. Let's get this out of here. Tio, little silly ass, bro. Damn, he a character, man. Hold on, where is it at? My bad. I didn't know it had that weak ass music in it. That was Tio doing some shit on Instagram earlier. But look, that's the fight to see right there, man. It's the fight to see. We gotta build it up, man. He said Shakur winning by decision. I think so too. He said you do need binoculars. You get approved. They barely put you ringside unless you damn right fail. Mike Coppinger. That's crazy. They got hella pull too, bro. They got hella pull, man. That's whack, man. Gonna have to buy them expensive seats, man. I might as well get ready to spend some money, man, or call a fight at the house. Cause I only say that because the kids want to go. I got my daughter; she want to see fights now. I don't even think this is 50-50. Nah, hell shit. If this was 80-20, man, that means Tio ain't really got no chance. I get what you're saying, but look. Both guys got to be on their A game. And I asked the question earlier, does the best version of Tio beat the best version of Shakur? That's what you get to find out, assuming that both guys is going to be on their best behavior, right? Fighting one another. That's what I want to see. That's what I'm hopeful for. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm really hopeful for. You know what I mean? Anything less is uncivilized. Y'all got to be the best versions of each other, of self, so we can see the best fight possible. I don't want to hear that Tio didn't have no air in his lungs and his chest and all this stuff. Remember, but I do want his dad to be saying that shit he was saying at the Cambosis. He fought him with no air in their lungs. He said they fought Cambosis with no air in their lungs, bro. How he got through 12 rounds and a minute rest in between rounds with no air is beyond me, and still live to talk about it. I have no clue, but that's what his daddy said. His daddy said they fought Kambosos was no air. I heard his esophagus was exploded or gone. Then I heard he had too much air in his chest. It was just wild. Like the excuses, basically, he just didn't admit the fact that you came in there, like Shakur said, you wasn't mentally locked in and you had some other stuff going on outside the ring. You was emotional. You was beside yourself. You went out there fighting like you was a knockout artist. You got dropped early. You put yourself in a hole and Kambosos was boxing your ass down. But to your credit, not due to any instruction I think that you was getting from your dad, Teo, the real Teo, woke up a little bit in that fight because he realized he was losing. He started fighting back. And then he later on in that fight, late in the fight, dropped Kambosos. What was that, like round 10 he dropped Kambosos? Did get the knockdown back, and Kambosos had to fight back. So Teo's he a dog even when he lose, right? He was a dog even when he lost. Like Kambosos is pretty bloody. So like Shakur saying, you got to expect that he's going to be the best version. And I think the best version of Teo versus the best version of Shakur could be considered a 50-50 fight. That's why I think it's fair to say that, right? But I also question if at some point do him being like an up and down kind of guy, what happens to that, right? Do that shit go down and you know what I'm saying? Do that still apply, right? At what point do that come back to haunt him and hurt him? You keep going up and down in performance, right? What about the guy that stays ready, that's always performing, that's pretty consistent, right? What about that guy? You get what I'm saying? What about that guy? That's what I be wanting to know. So which dude gonna show up? Is the fact that you are a dude that you lose your concentration down the stretch of fights, right? You make mistakes. When you don't have your way, you do get frustrated. You've seen it in multiple fights. You've seen it more recently with Jermaine Ortiz, right? You didn't see it with Arnold Barboza because he was beating his ass. You get it? Carl, what's good with it, fam? ETV said, my son almost died, Poppy. Bro, my son, I couldn't remember that story he told. Remember that story he told? I forgot. I think I still got that. Hold on. I think I still got that. Hold on. You just made me remember. Shout out to Carl, man. What's good, Brody? What's good, man? Y'all hit the like button, man. We still got some people on both sides. I don't know what side y'all on. Y'all vertical, double tap the screen. Where is that? I thought I had that that video where he was talking about that. He was talking about getting beat up in the gym. That shit was funny, man. That was a funny story when he was telling it, yo. Teo Sr. be lying. Now he trying to say it didn't happen, but I got it. I had it recorded in my phone somewhere where he was talking about it. I don't know if I still got it, though. It was like, my son, yeah, your son. He said he said he was getting beat up. He couldn't breathe or something like that. Said he couldn't breathe. It was crazy. It was crazy, man. He told the whole story. He said when he get mad, he say the N-word, and he said the N-word or something, and they jumped on him in the gym, and they just started putting hands on him, and he said he couldn't breathe or something like that. They was about to send him to meet him. Damn, I thought I had the recording, y'all. Yeah, man. I had the recording in here. I had it somewhere. It's probably somewhere in my phone. I just don't know. Got so much stuff in here. Man, yeah, Teo Sr., bro. That's why, like, the story that he keeps saying didn't happen with Keyshawn Davis. I got him where he was talking about how it did happen. Like, he be selling stories. His ass be cat. What the young kids said, what they call it, cap. That's, yeah, Teo Sr. be cap. Lying his ass off. I had it in here. He told the story on, it was funny. He told the story on Punch Drunk. I remember. He was telling a story to him. Damn, I probably deleted it to make space out my phone. So I'm mad I don't have it. Gotta hear this dude lie, though, man. He was telling a damn lie. He said, my son recorded away. X, he's stupid, man. Damn, I thought I had it still in here, man. That shit was funny. T.O. Senior was out there. Juan, he said he couldn't breathe. I think he said he had asthma. I ain't got asthma, bro. I think he said he had asthma or something. Man. So I'm happy for my boy Frank Martin back on the right side. Yeah, absolutely, man. We like Frank, Carl. It's a good bounce back fight. I don't have nothing bad to say about that. That's how you bounce back. He fought a two-time world champion, and he was older, but still ain't nobody up until this point. Even Gary Antoine Russell didn't do that to Bartholomew. So yeah, man, it's a hell of a win for him. Damn, I can't find it, but we about to keep rolling, bro. I got something from T.O. Senior, man. He was running his mouth. Frank Martin looked good at 140. I know Errol Spence mentioned Richardson Hitchens, but I know they mentioned Hitchens possibly fighting, what's his name? Jermaine Ortiz. So I don't know how valid that is, but that's something that might happen. Jermaine Ortiz and Hitchens. But it's not a bad fight. It's not a bad fight if it happened. Remember Bud followed Buddy to medical? Oh, yeah. He was telling that story too. Yeah, that.
2 seconds.
He said he's black out there because he said he don't know what Bud would. He said Bud followed him to medical. He said, for what, bro? Y'all was talking crazy. That's why Bud pulled up on you to see what all that chatting was about. Trying to tell you, Bud be the wrong one to keep playing with. But let's see what T.O. Senior. This was after he ran into Keyshawn.
Okay, this is Johnny Boy Fight Hype. I'm here with Senior. How you doing, Coach?
I'm doing great, man. I'm excited for this fight, man. I've been out for a while, man, but I'm back. A lot of people probably thought that I was out for forever, but I'm back, man. And I'm excited for this fight, man. Listen, I'm really thankful to Shakur for taking this fight.
Yeah.
Two of the best right now. I think my son has got everything to beat him. And I think that's the way the fight's gonna go.
Yeah, this is a throwback type of fight. Is this like a Leonard Hearns, like the two best facing each other? Of course,
and Turkey Alashik is doing the best, man, to put the best against the best. And I hope it just this year coming up, 2026, we're gonna open it up with a bang, and I want it to keep on doing that. I want my son busy. I want him to have at least 3 fights this year coming up, and I want the best fighting the best. We always wanted that. Yeah. I mean, since he was like about 22, when he beat Comey, being the youngest with Mike Tyson at 23 years old to be undisputed. But there was controversial stuff about that. But we're gonna fix that because it was announced for Undisputed. It was on ESPN for Undisputed. And they don't put him on the Undisputed list, which is crazy. So I told my son, let's just beat whoever's in front of us. And let God work His magic with my son. Because God is the one that has him here.
Proud what I'm saying.
And you have a healthy Teofimo Lopez in there. He's gonna bring it, and he's gonna entertain the crowd.
Definitely. Do you feel that this is gonna be the toughest test of his career? We know that Shakur. This is not the toughest fight. What was the toughest fight?
It's never been the toughest fight for my son. The toughest fight for my son is him being healthy. He's a smash. Yeah. So, and we got to be careful with that because losing the weight. We're moving after this fight. We're moving up to 147. I'm not gonna allow
You're gonna stay at 147. He's gonna fight that.
They did it. I was looking for something. And I think I got it. Me and my guy was talking on the phone, and he was saying, "Man, hey yo, Tio look a little a little heavy to me right now. He look a little heavy." And then you hear his dad say his concern with him losing the weight. They going to 147 pounds after this. You already know what that means. That's like, Cole, you got to read between the lines. Once they do that, they already planted the seed. Is any chance that he lose, have a weight cut that's tough, anything like that, he going to say that. Oh, we already said we was going up to 147 pounds. He going to do that. That's what he going to do. He try to slip it in there, but that's what he going to do. Interesting, bro.
We
fight? What was the toughest fight?
It's never been the toughest fight for my son. You know, the toughest fight for my son is him being healthy. You know, he's asthmatic.
Yeah.
So, you know, and we got to be careful with that because losing the weight. You know, we're moving after this fight. We're moving up to 147. I'm not gonna allow
You're gonna stay at 147. All right. You're just gonna fight that title. It's all.
I never heard about them having any weight issues at 140. Nah, bro, because he never said nothing about no weight issues at 140. Shout out to Earl, man. What's good with it, bro? I don't know, man. You know how boxing gets. Sometimes you build one in, and that might be his one. I never heard that before. Like, it's the first time I'm hearing that. You know what I mean? Now because remember, they was talking about being a takeover at 140. I'm not bugging. I was paying attention. You're talking about being a takeover at 140 and fighting these other guys. That's what you was talking about. Then you said a while ago the reason you ain't fight Haney because he ain't had no motion, but Shakur do. Now Haney got motion, like with it indicating that you'll fight him now. And he is at 147. So maybe if that would impress me. You fight Shakur and go fight Devin Haney. That's crazy. But I ain't never heard of it, boxing source. I ain't never heard that, the weight at 140 was a problem. It's like he just threw that in there out of nowhere. Yeah, man. We have to be careful the weight. It's like, whoa, what are you talking about, man? Like, what are you talking about? Well, what's wrong with his weight, man? But my guy did say he looked a little heavy, so maybe.
You know he's asthmatic. So, and we got to be careful with that because losing the weight, we're moving after this fight. We're moving up to 147. I'm not gonna allow
You're gonna stay at 147. All right. You're just gonna fight that title. It's all love, right, Keyshawn? It's all love. It's all love, right? It's all love, right, Keyshawn?
Keyshawn don't be trying to, like, you know what I mean? But he know what happened. His dad explained the story.
Right? All right. Hey, that's it.
So, yeah, man, don't miss the fight, man. January 31st, man. It's going to be crazy.
It's definitely going to be crazy.
And I think Shakur is going to come to fight, man. I really do.
But you think it'll be a
tough? a lot to prove.
But it'll be a close test, or is you saying that Teo's going to blow him out?
No, I'm not saying that.
It's going to be a good fight. It's going to be
a good fight and let the best man win.
Absolutely. And then what happens after this? Just one more question. What happens after this going?
We're going to call out somebody.
All right, Coach.
I don't want to say who's
That's it, man. Thank you so much for your time, Senior. All right, the takeover.
Shout out to him, man. They know what time it is. Them walls closing in. Teal's a small 140. Yep, I've seen Teal plenty of times. Teal have no issues making 140 at all. It's Pop nervous about losing. I'm telling you, ATB, I'm with you, bro. I think he on BS, and he not no super tall dude. Right? Nah, I ain't never heard no issues about him making weight. Like, this will be the absolute first time is all I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? I ain't saying I know everything about these dudes, but I ain't never seen it. Tony, what's good with it? His career fan, I admit he was kind of boy, ain't in 135. I don't know, man. I think this fight ended up happening because Teo turned down too many fights, man. I was having that conversation with my guy too, because I was just wondering, like, damn, you turned down Haney. Looked like Haney was a little vulnerable. You would have thought he would have wanted to jump all over that, but he claims that the reason he didn't fight Haney is because Haney didn't have motion, and Shakur do. That's what he's saying. So we'll see. I just don't be believing Teo. So I don't know. I think he backed himself into a bit of a corner. Like, you know what I think? Like, the good question, like, who Shakur would have fought if it wasn't Teo next at 35, right? And who the hell Teo would have fought if it wasn't Shakur next? They kind of needed each other in a sense. Like, real talk. I think they did. And I think that's the best available name that he could get too. That's established. You know what I mean? 2-division champion. He was former Unified, Ring Magazine, lineal champion, all that shit Teo like to talk about. I'd love to see Shakur take them belts up off his ass. I'd love to see Shakur take them belts up off his ass. Shout out to T Hill. Nah, man, you might be right, bro. You might be right. Might be right about Bob, man. Teal look like an Insanity Fitness DVD dude. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, yo. Teal be looking like he be in some good shape, man. It's over 80, says on 90 people in the building. Hit that like button on both sides. Sub to the channel. We gonna keep building, y'all. So you trying to save face when they lose? I think so. And this is my thing too, Z. If he don't move to 147 after this win, lose, or draw, we know he was talking BS. Even if they was to pull it off, say they do win, say he do beat Shakur, and you don't move to 47, and you was just building in that excuse because I don't want to hear shit. You said he had to be careful making a weight, because yeah, man, we going to one. Even the way he said it, like, is it just me reaching? But the way he said it, it sound like you just threw that in there at the end. Like, yeah, we got to be careful. Like, what do you mean you got to be careful making the weight in the division where you campaign at? That's where you at. I ain't hear you say nothing about nothing, bro. Nothing. If you was going to go to 47, then you definitely should have took the Devin Haney fight. To me, shout out to Travis, man. Core going to be on his helmet, man. Just with the takeover. So you always talk about him body-wise, just slimmer guy, maybe as slimmer body type where he can add a ton of muscle. Had to be very slim. I don't know, man. I don't know. I just think Tio, that's the first time I heard it.
What was the toughest fight?
It's never been the toughest fight for my son, The toughest fight for my son is him being healthy. He's a smash.
Yeah.
So,
and you know what? Not for nothing. That mentality right there is why I think he'll get beat too. It's okay to admit when you're not at your best. I get what he's trying to say in a sense, right? To a degree where he's saying, look, the biggest challenge for my son is staying healthy. But he talking about in the boxing ring, bro, in terms of boxing. Kambosos gave you hell. Nakatani gave you a tough time, had you talking about not fighting tall dudes. Sandor Martin had you questioning, do you still got it? Jermaine Ortiz had you and him complaining about him running. So through all of that complaining and excuses after each one of them performances, you can't come up with no guy that was a tough challenge to coach against. Like, they never genuine. It's always a bullshit answer. And then you follow that up with, oh, yeah, we got to be careful making a weight. Man, Tio be always talking about how he in shape and everything. I don't want to hear it. Y'all building an excuse right now. And you got the ugliest New York hat that I think they ever stitched together, bro. Where did he get this fucking hat? It's pissing me off. I was trying to ignore it because as a man, I don't really care about how you look, but I don't know if that's a little flame at the bottom, but that's an ugly hat, bro. Like, where do you get that shit from? The bodega? He got that shit from one of the bodegas in NY. You could tell by that hat they not from. That's a Florida hat. you could tell where they from. He from Florida, bro. With a hat like that, you definitely. If he was from NY, that would have been a regular Yankee. Well, color of your choosing, bro. I don't even care what color you would have had. You would have had a regular Yankee. The fact that he got these colors, bro, they ass is definitely from Florida. The damn aviator glasses on. I gotta chill, man. Now you can tell his ass from Florida with that hat, though. Got that from one of the bodegas. That hat look like it smell like cheese steaks and cold cuts, bro. That shit definitely smell like a chopped cheese. Front of that hat smell like a chopped cheese, no lie. I know it, dude. Keith was good with it. Said built-in excuses. Yeah, it's gonna be a great fight, Carl. I definitely tell you. Hector said nasty. Yeah, that hat. He said, right? Yeah, he could have did a regular blue Yankee or something, white, black, whatever color you're choosing. But they go get one of them, bro. He got the hats. Like, you go get that. He definitely got it. He a dad, yo. I gotta spare him because he got a kid. He got a kid. He a dad. He got a dad hat on. I'll stall him out. He got a dad hat on. Man, my bad. I was getting a text, y'all. Truck stopped. He said that's South Dakota. My bad, Kyle. My bad. From Kyle, like, look, we not playing this shit. He from South Dakota. Hey, Cut was good with it. He definitely got that hat out the Poppy store. He definitely know the Poppies that gave him that hat. They just gave that to him on the strength. They seen him. They seen him that he was Teofimo Lopez Sr. They said, look, man, this is what we got for you. Yeah, he got a dad hat, Carl. You know, we got kids. I know a dad hat when I see one. You got to have fun with this. I like T.O. Sr., man. They cool, though. They cool. But he definitely got a dad hat. He got that shit from the, from 12 was good. Almost looked like he put the NY sign over Just Do hat. He chose it. Oh, 12. Now that you say it, he did look like he was trying to be disrespectful like that for a second. It do look like the bottom of my logo just a bit, right? With the flame. Yeah, I'm going to have to go see about him. I'm going to have to go see about T.O. Sr., bro. The disrespect going to stop. You know what I'm saying? We not going for that at Jervs. Shout out to 12-3. He said, wild fit, $4.99. Mike Kirkland, my brother. How you feeling? Good luck. Take this with you. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Hey, Carl know what's up. Said iron on logo. Yeah, they definitely pulled out the iron out the back. They pulled the iron out the back and got the stitch in that, John. Oh my God, man. Man, that's funny, man. Tio don't know who to claim. I'm telling you, he ain't from NY though. Like, not that it matter. We just having some fun with it. I like Tio, but his swag lets you know he not from NY, bro. I let his father live this whole time, bro. Look at he got on like some type of jersey that looked like a football jersey with like a baseball. Nah, that's not it. That's not it, yo. That's not it. He mixing sports. Bro got a damn football jersey on. Oh, he got a football jersey on. Know what I'm saying? Nah, that ain't it. He got a football jersey with a baseball hat. That's not it. That man is from South Dakota. Like, I don't want no problem with my guy Cal, so we just gonna say from South Dakota. Cal's crazy. Cal said that man from South Dakota, man. Oh, that's crazy, bro. Man, you said that big hat brim says that. Oh yeah, it ain't from the they ain't from the city. No evidence. What's good with it, bro? Man, yo, that's crazy, bro. Blunt Sports, my dog behind the hands TV. So all that narrative pushing just for him to do that. Right. Shout out to Blunt, man. We got to cook, man. Behind the hands, Tio really from Arkansas. That's a fact. He live there now. Nah, you right. Tim, my dog. Man. Oh, man, my bad, y'all. I'm just multitasking. Yo, I'm telling you, bro. Tio ass bogus, man. His pop said they going to 47, y'all. Hold on. Play this joint.
You know, and we got to be careful with that because losing the weight. You know, we're moving after this fight. We're moving up to 147.
Oh, I'm not gonna allow you're gonna stay at 147. All right, you're just gonna fight that title. It's all love, right, Keyshawn? It's all love.
See, he said they got to be careful. They moving to 147.
What was the toughest fight?
It's never been the toughest fight for my son. You know, the toughest fight for my son is him being healthy. You know, he's a smash. Yeah. So, you know, and we got to be careful with that because losing the weight. You know, we're moving after this fight. We're moving up to 147. I'm not gonna allow
you're gonna stay at 147. All right, you're just gonna fight that title. It's all love, right, Keyshawn?
They going to 47. And with my guy Blunt, so I know that. Yeah, they've been pushing super narratives, man. They've been pushing hella narratives ever since this fight got announced, yo. Bro, nah, we definitely, Blunt, you don't know how on point this post was right here. You just don't get it. You don't get it, bro. Because I was going to play Greg Hackett and my guy Mill from YSM video where they talked about this. So we're going to segue into this, though, because I'm pretty much done with this Tio interview. That's the biggest takeaway that I got from all of this. He got respect. Yeah, that's that. I don't know what kind of jersey he got on. I'm gonna just let that live though. He got that whole outfit from the Poppy store. What kind of design? Yo, what? That is not a Yankee fit, is it? Nah, you definitely got that shit from the Poppy store. That shit is wild. I don't even know why he backed that out. He really popped out with you embarrassing, bro. Pops has definitely got kids. He dressed like he got kids. That's all. Cause I can't dress for shit. Nah, I could, but I don't care about putting on all that flashy shit. But I definitely ain't putting that on. That bro got that hat from right under the right from where the white tees at. You know what I'm saying? He got that shit hanging right above the cheese where the cheese steaks be getting cooked. That hat definitely smell like cold cussed cheese steaks. Oh man, he definitely got that jersey off the rack too. 100%. There's nothing else. Hell yeah, we gotta get this up though. We gotta pull this up though, y'all. So yeah, man, he said they respect Shakur. He said it's gonna be a good fight. He said he thanks Shakur for taking it. I get it, man. I respect them both for giving us this fight. It's gonna be a good one. But he did say something that I think could be a built-in excuse. He said they moving to 147. He said they got problems with what'd he say? Said something with the making the weight. He said good fathers can't dress. None of us. Because I was looking at my shit shout out to KO. I was looking at my shit the other day. I'm like, damn, man. I need to go to the store. So I need to go get myself together, man. This shit ain't looking good out here, man. I'm telling you. Can you be looking at the kid like, damn, before y'all used to be able to dress a little bit. Now you get kids, you start wearing truck driver hats and shit, dad hats, extra designs and shit on it. Like, look, the hat got mad designs, the glasses got mad designs, he got hella patches on the jersey. He definitely a dad. He don't care. He officially don't care. He fall when he get inside the ring. He don't care. He don't care. Teal Sr. do not give a damn, bro. He do not give a damn. I don't know what side y'all on, but hit the like button, man. It's 77 people here. Hit the like button, man. We gonna keep having fun. I wear hoodies and ball caps. Hey, man, I swear, no lie, I wear stocking caps. Y'all see me with my stocking cap whenever the camera on. Stocking caps, hoodies, yeah, like little hats and sweats and stuff like that. Like, I got to the point my son thought I didn't wear jeans. He didn't even want to. He's like, Dad, don't never wear jeans. That's because I keep it pair. I like to be comfortable, bro. I'll put some sweat tracksuit on in a heartbeat. A1 Hoops on, my guy, Savage Minded. What's good? Just a little laughter, y'all. A little laughter for the stream. Blaze, what's good? You ain't got no suits, Hey, Blaze, I got one in there. I got one hanging up in the closet somewhere, G. I ain't a suit guy neither. I ain't gonna lie to you. The hooded sweaters. You got the hooded sweaters. You definitely got kids boxers. So it's 100%. But look, I just want to make sure everybody's on the same page, right? He said they was going to 147 after this. He expressed some concern about making the weight. I've never heard that before. Maybe it's just news to me. If I don't know if any of y'all ever heard it, I never heard Teofimo having any trouble whatsoever making weight at all. And I'm telling you now, just because I know how the Lopez's operate, if it's any chance that they don't look the way they're supposed to look in the fight, they're gonna say that. Remember, he want this thing, and this is why, y'all. This is why I know I'm not reaching. This is why I know I'm not reaching. That when I started working from home, I get all shit to my little brother. Telling you, I ain't with none of that. But look, this is why I know I'm not reaching. Teofimo Lopez Sr. wants us to believe that they fought Cambosis with no air in their chest. This is what he wants us to believe. He didn't specify. You can't just make bold claims like that and just like think we're gonna roll with it. Like, all right, yeah, Teo fought for more than a half an hour with no air. Like, bro, what? What do you mean? What are you talking about? You telling me your son got in the ring and fought with no air in his lungs? Like, how did he do that? And lived to tell about it and took punches and everything, get dropped, cut, all of that, and made it through 12 rounds. So, look, man, Telling you now, Shakur go out here and cook Teofimo. I 100% bet y'all, guarantee you that he's gonna say something about the weight. I can bet money, man. I just feel that in my heart of hearts. He gonna say, well, we was planning on going to 147 anyway. You know, we should have moved up. I'm telling you, because he just when asked about who their toughest fight was, when we seen him struggle with Nakatani, when we seen him lose to Kambosos, when we seen him get dropped twice and arguably get outboxed by Sandor Martin, when we seen him arguably get outboxed by Jermaine Ortiz. One of them fights was tough, bro. You're not going to just lie like that. You're not going to just act like every time you got in the ring, oh, yeah, we just wasn't healthy or something was wrong. But y'all the same ones that fought Lomachenko, who after that fight, didn't he get shoulder surgery? Y'all think y'all froze Lomachenko with y'all power, but this man didn't throw punches for 6 rounds. And I know he spoke about not wanting to get caught, but I refuse to believe that somebody that talented could think they could win a fight not throwing punches. Lomachenko had to know he was losing every single round that he threw single-digit punches against this man. You get what I'm saying? So miss me with that, man. He's going to make excuses. They said he fought with no air in his lungs. I don't know if y'all hearing me, bro. Teofimo Sr. said Lopez Jr. fought with no air in his lungs. None. We fought Kambosos with no air. He dead serious. He want everybody to believe that they really, we went out there with you know, Lopez, you know, Kambosos, and we fought with no esophagus. Our esophagus exploded. Like they were saying mad shit. I'm not even playing. Said he fought with no air. And then I read somewhere else where he said they had too much air in like their chest or something, some wild lungs, chest, something weird. It was like, man, yeah, all right, bro. Y'all lost. And that is where I think one of the weaknesses is in Team Lopez. It's not Teo so much. Teo could operate in chaos. He's not as mentally, like I think, disturbed as what people think. I just think he's an odd, weird guy, but he could fight. But the weakness, I think, is in his dad. And then why I say it, because the same fight that he wanted us to believe that he fought with no air for 12 rounds, right? That same fight. Shout out to the Queen Jessica. How you feeling? That same, he said the struggle with weight, but can't fight 12 rounds without air. Yo, bro, make it make sense. You get what I'm saying? Shout out to Motown. What's up? He said blood oxygen. He make it make sense, bro. He was wilding in no air, but that's saying the same Kambosos that we watched beat him. Like he made excuses. He never is honest about why Teo's performances may or may not have looked a certain way, right? Teo was asking the world, in front of the world with cameras rolling everywhere, do I still got it? Kambosos had him saying, yo, I beat him 11 rounds to 2. Did y'all forget he said that? Yeah, it was him. He said, I beat that boy 11 rounds to 2. That's what I want him to be saying when Shakur beat his ass. They're not honest. So in the corner is where the weakness at. His dad, in that same fight with Kambosos with no air, he also went for telling Teo to knock him out, to go in and say, take your time to knock him out. He giving mixed instructions within the same round. I don't know, man. I think the biggest weakness might be Lopez Sr. I ain't gonna lie. I could be wrong. How that song go, I gotta breathe with no air. No air. I'm telling you, Jordan Sparks and Chris Brown. And that, do I still got it? Yeah, remember he was asking, do I still got it and all types of shit. Hey, do I still got it, man? Hold on, man. He was, man, I beat that boy 11 rounds to 2. I didn't, he wanted, oh, my bad. He wanted us to believe that he went 13 rounds with Kambosos with no air. 13 rounds, not even 12, 13 rounds with no air. 13. Man, I beat that boy. Where is that? Remember this?
I believe this was a close fight going into those last 2 rounds.
No, I don't. I don't believe it was a close fight at all. I believe that at the end of it all, I scored 11-2. This was a close fight going into those last 2 rounds. No, I don't. I don't believe it was a close fight at all. I believe that at the end of it all, I scored 11-2.
Core gonna be having him saying he won 11-2, bro. It's nasty work. Are we gonna keep building though? We ain't done though. But nah, let's see if they move to 147. Let's see if that's a built-in excuse, or let's see if that's something legit. Win, lose, or draw. If he move up, I will look at the statements that he made as legit instead of a built-in excuse. But if he don't move up in his very next fight, win, lose, or draw, he was just building in it. Like I said, it was just a built-in excuse. Savage minded. He might get dropped for the first time. Listen, he could. Savage minded. Teo's the most athletic guy that I think Shakur's fought. Could be the fastest too. Twitchiest guy that he's fought. As far as his chin go, it's tough, right? It's tough. It's tough to try to explain it because I don't know how closely you watch his fights, right? But for me, I've seen him take really good shots. I've seen him take it. As rare as it be, I've seen him take really good shots. Like, for example, you've heard I ain't gonna say Artem is some big ass puncher, not by any stretch, but you heard Frank Martin say he's strong, he got some power. You heard Shakur say the same thing. I remember being at the fight, watching him fight Artem, and Artem caught him with like a hook, boom, and knocked spit clean out his mouth. I've seen him take flush, clean shots, right? But have you seen somebody be able to hurt him yet? That's a no, right? But you've heard him tell the story about you heard him tell the story about Oscar Valdez hurting him, hitting him to the body and him feeling like he had to throw up, right? So that's something. I think Teo would have a better shot attacking the body based off what Shakur has admitted to us publicly. Like, just being transparent. He's like, bro, you hit me in my damn stomach. But it was after the fact. I remember the round he was talking about. He said he went and told his grandfather, he said, like, I got to throw up. I thought that was funny, but he whooped Oscar Valdez's ass. So if the best thing you do is land a punch that trouble me a little bit, but you don't even know nothing about it, and you unable to land it again, like, what we talking about? So I don't think it's a question if he has a chin. I just think, we just haven't seen him get hit flush enough where you've seen him hurt, right? I could understand somebody saying, well, how would he respond if he gets hurt? Because we haven't seen that in the ring, in the boxing ring, right? But I know with 8-ounce gloves is different than sparring, but like my dog probably in here behind the hands TV, been able to see this man work personally with some truly big dudes, man, and do more than hold his own. So I just don't think the 5 pounds is going to be like a deciding factor. I don't feel like Teofimo's power at 140 is going to be the deciding factor. I just think it's going to come down to strategy, game plan, execution, confidence, right? Who's better on that night? Because you could ball like Jordan, 6 days a week, but on that 7th, you look like some shit. It don't matter, right? Corbin flawless, damn near, right, in fights. Well, in certain fights and looking good, and he don't have debatable wins. He don't have that, right? Would this be the first time this happened? Is this fight gonna be closer than any other fight that he's ever been in, right? Does Teo got what it takes to make everybody that questions Shakur invalidate everything that they've been saying about him, right? This might be the fight. You can get all your questions answered. That's why you gotta love it. But I'm hoping that he step on business. I'm hoping that he step on him. I'm hoping that he step on him. I just know it ain't gonna be easy because I know Teo a weird ass dude, and he know how to perform under weird circumstances. Like when the odds and the deck stacked up against him, his little weird ass come out there and have a good fight. But I said it earlier, and then we're gonna move on to this next topic. This could be the fight where that could come back to haunt him. Him having to have a certain level of a guy to be in front of him to raise his performance to that level, right? You get what I'm saying? Is Shakur going to be too much on the night? Is he going to be too smart? Is he going to be one step ahead of Tio on the night, right? Is he going to show him what that liquor shit that he was talking about was about, right, Cal? You know what I mean? He got to represent for all the dark liquors. Cal ain't never going to forget that liquor stuff he was talking. Comes to high-level chess game, I think power goes out the window. That's what I be saying, 12. I think it's going to be more of the mental approach. And look, I'm glad you brought that up, because if you hear Tio and his dad, they seem like their approach is more of a physical, like, we could overpower him, or we stronger, or we hit hard, or Tio talking about, oh, my power, I'm going to knock him out. It's not going to go 12 rounds, all this stuff, right? You know what I'm saying? It's not, and I think he's banking on his power being too much, or him being a bigger guy. Think about it. If it's any truth to them having issues with the weight and they going to 47, maybe he feel like he's a bigger, stronger guy, and Corey ain't going to be ready for that. You get what I'm saying? What if this is Batman versus Joker and Teofimo is the Joker? I don't know how to feel about that. Did the Joker, is this one of the ones where Joker get it off on the Batman? Because I done seen that. Joker done got it off. We don't need that. Joker was tearing shit up in the Dark Knight for a little while. We don't need that. We'll need that. We'll need that. We'll need that happening. You know? Nah, this is Joker falling from the roof in that first Batman. That's what Joker it is. It's Joker when he fell from the roof, bro. You hear me? It's Joker when he fell from the damn roof. But let's keep building, man. Like I said, we got a great fight in front of us. 50-50, that's I'm going to leave it there, man. May the best man win. I think Shakur is the better fighter, smarter fighter. And I think his approach is the mental game, and Tio's is physical. Let's see which one went out. And I'll say this, fighters always say boxing is, 80 or 90% mental. That's Shakur's game. If it's a chess match, I favor Shakur in a competitive fight against Teofimo, because he ain't going to lay down. He's not going to lay down. But let's keep rolling, man, because not too long ago, y'all, not too long ago, like when I say not too long ago, Favorite G's, what it do? Not too long ago, I mean like just yesterday, probably as recent as today, they was having this conversation. Shockey Foster this, or Shockey Foster that. Shakur, you need to fight on Shockey Foster. You ducking on Shockey Foster. Never mind Tio, bigger fight, more meaningful fight, more established guy. He only got one loss, better fighter from what we can see, right? Just from what they've proven, right? Because I think Shock could give Tio hell, I ain't gonna lie to you. But anyway, right? Remember all this duck talk, he ducking. He ain't gonna fight him. He ducking to Shockey Foster, he's scared. That's why he going up to 140. And we see today, and the person that reported this was Dan Raphael. Shout out to my bro Blunt. Breaking news. Shockey Foster has decided to vacate the WBC interim 135-pound title and keep his WBC 130-pound title. And I have absolutely zero bad to say about Shockey. It's a decision that he made based on probably what he think is best for his career. I don't have nothing bad to say about that. But just to y'all people that was pushing the duck talk, if he's vacating his title, is Shakur still a duck? Are you going to retract the videos, talking about he ducking somebody that y'all know full well that y'all wouldn't bet y'all money that he could beat Shakur? This is not against Shock. This is just to the people that was overly demanding the fight and forcing them to be a duck, knowing that if they fought tomorrow or in their next fight or the fight after, you wouldn't bet on Shock to beat Shakur. I know you would. I know you wouldn't. Just like you wouldn't bet on Zepeda, just like you ain't going to bet on Tio and none of them other guys he been in the ring with yet. You get what I'm saying? It's a couple guys that you might put your money on against Shakur, but I respect the Shock. I don't think he's one of them. I don't think y'all that confident. But he did say to Shakur, don't run nowhere, chump. I'm pressing that button. Coming to 135. He said all of that. I don't have a problem with nothing he doing. Because you know what? I'm real. People can change their mind. Maybe Shock says, you know what? Shakur is going. Look how real I am. I ain't about to sit here and say how Shock lied to us. He told all of us a lie. I thought he was gonna press that button. I thought that's the fight that he wanted. But in Shock mind, he probably like, ain't no guarantee I get that fight. Shakur about to fight at 140 right now. If I keep the 135-pound interim, I probably got to give up my 30-pound title that I earned versus this interim title that shouldn't have even been for 135 pounds because Cool Boy blew weight and the PBC threw him a bone and tried to find a way to put him in position despite him missing weight. Shock probably weighed his options. He said Shakur ain't going to be at 135 next. His next fight at 140, right? That's an interim title, and I got a real title that I actually worked for, lost, and got it back. You know what? I'm going to go to 130, see what's down there, see what works out with Shakur and Teo at 140. Maybe Shakur come back down to 35, and then I go up. That's how real I am because I don't want to push no bullshit narrative that he's scared of Shakur or he ducking Shakur. Even after all of this shit that he said he ran him out the gym, you going to 135 next, chump, don't run. He ain't the next coming to Florida. I have no issue with none of that. Shock Dawn and saying everything he was supposed to. But to me, this move says, I think he's dealing with what he can control. I think he'd rather maintain the title that he earned. I'm not saying he didn't earn the interim title, but we all know that shouldn't have been no 35-pound interim fight when it was supposed to be a 130-pound fight until Cool Boy missed weight. And then they changed the rules at the last minute like the WBC is known to do. So shout out to Shock Foster. But I want to see if people going to keep the same energy. I want to see if people going to push that Shock is reneging, he's lying to us, he's going back on his word. He ain't doing what he said he was going to do because he was very adamant. Everybody was pushing this across YouTube. I didn't know that you could duck a fighter that's not even in your weight class. And when you got a whole nother fight in a whole nother separate weight class lined up. Shock just got out the damn ring and y'all already said Shakur was ducking. Now, I know he ain't take no punishment for real. I mean, Shock could have went to the club that night, no shades and all that. You get me? He was good. He was good to go. But the man got out the ring 5 minutes ago, and y'all already made Shakur Stevenson a duck because you want to push a narrative to make the fighter look less than. When in reality, some of y'all same people, because I know, because I was here for it, the same ones that are demanding Shakur and Shock to fight are the same ones that when Shock fought Rocky Hernandez, they was questioning if Shock is it. The 2 fights with Robson, Conceição, they was questioning if Shock was it. You know what I mean? The fight with Abraham Nova that people thought was competitive, they was questioning if Shock was it. That's 4 fights. They was questioning and saying he's not the guy. But he beat Cool Boy, and respect to Cool Boy. He beat the best guy known to date, and it was the best performance of his career, I believe. Now, all of a sudden, you go from he's not the guy, he ain't looking like the goods, to now Shakur's ducking that same guy that just wasn't looking like the goods for 4 fights damn near straight. Can't make this shit up, bro. Shout out to Shocky Foster. I think he weighed his options. I think it probably made more sense, like I said, for him to defend the title that he had at the weight class of 130. And, hey, Shakur wouldn't have been there in his next fight. I can guarantee you and bet money that he wouldn't have got that fight in his very next fight. You get what I'm saying? So, nah, I ain't here to push no fake-ass narrative that Shock somehow is backing on his word and he not keeping it real and he lying and he capping. No, man, he probably weighed his options, and that probably made the most sense for him to do. And sitting at 130, you could clearly say he one of the best, if not the best 130-pounder, they'd say. Lamont Roach ain't there. Shock just be Cool Boy. Who y'all got beating Shock at 130? Ain't a lot of guys, right, that you had beaten him. So he definitely one of the best guys there. Get what I'm saying? So shout out to him. But we about to get into it. I'm about to play the video from YSM and Greg Hackett because they talked about this. You know, this whole duck narrative. You want to see Foster versus Navarrete forward next. I like that, Ali. I like that too. Crush the legend, my dog. What's good with it? The truth is, and really secret fans just can't show it because they hated on him too much. That's a fact, bro. That's a fact. Shock better pick that belt up. I'll fade the rest of Shock lots. And you know, look, Cal, I gotta stay consistent with me. You know, I can't join the circus. Like somebody else would have took this information and spent the whole narrative with it. And Shaq would have been a duck and scared, but he ain't gonna be this shit tomorrow. You're not gonna see nobody talking that bad on his name, and they shouldn't by that way. But I just wish they had that same energy for everybody. You can't duck a guy that's not in your weight class, and you definitely can't duck a guy that just got out the ring when you got a bigger, better, more lucrative, meaningful fight available. You headlining, bro. You headlining. You headlining, and they talking about you ducking somebody. Shit is crazy work. I got Shaq as the top guy and Ray and Nunes. I'm telling you, he wanted definitely top guys at 130. And maybe he revisit that Ray Ford call out because y'all wasn't keeping the same energy. Because the same thing that Shakur was kind of doing to Shaq was doing to Ray Ford. Say I'm lying. Tell me I'm lying. Tell me I'm lying. They weren't doing the same shit. So now maybe with this move that Shaq can actually fight Ray Ford, because I think that is a good fight that people would be interested in. The sky's the limit for Shakur Foster, man. He showed up and showed the hell out. And unlike everybody else that talks shit about Shakur and wanting to fight him, I believe Shakur Foster. I just don't have all the answers. And I believe if this is in fact the 100% truth, he vacated that intern. He probably made a conscious decision to defend his title at 130 instead of vacating that title, right? Or being relinquished to that title just to hold the interim title and not get the fight with Shakur that you're looking for. It's a big gamble. You get what I'm saying? Especially with his next fight being at 140. So Shaq probably weighed his options. I don't know, but I ain't about to push no narrative that's going to hold him in a bad light. He went out there. I picked him to win, especially when I heard Cool Boy miss weight. And the only place where he truly surprised me is how he won the fight. That was really, really dominant, bro. That was dominant. And in his brightest moment, he showed up and showed the hell out. So credit to Shakur Foster. But I got a video we're going to get into, too, after this with Andre Ward, man. We got some stuff. Well, Andre Ward talked about the fight with Cool Boy and Shaq. And he seemed like he's saying some of the things that I was saying as well, bro. Told y'all that blowing up 160-plus pounds in between weight when you a small-ass guy is going to come back to haunt you. You running around here damn near super middleweight, fighting at 122, 126. That shit is wild. So, you know, you run around here basically, you know, having fat camps, so to speak. You having fat camps. That shit going to come back to haunt you. Say I won $500 on Foster winning. Shout out to Ali, man. That's what's up, bro. Get that money on.
Pitbull, Shakur Stevenson is fighting.
You stupid, bro. Let me take this down. Shout out to Shakur Foster. Shout out to my guy Mill YSM and Greg Hackett. This they was talking about you know, the duck narrative with the Shakur Foster and shit. And I think GHB was saying, look, people gotta pump their brakes, man. So let's hear it. Let's hear it.
Teofimo Lopez. Right? Yeah. And he's moving up in weight to do it. Taking on a tough guy.
Yeah.
Arguably #1 guy in the weight class.
Yeah.
And now it seems like fans are pushing a narrative that Shakur Stevenson is ducking Shakur Foster. Due to Shakur now becoming Shakur's mandatory, and Shakur basically saying that since you don't want to give Raymond Ford an opportunity, I'm not going to give you one. If you want a shot at me, you got to fight Raymond Ford. And basically saying that he'll vacate the belt at 35 if he wins against Teofimo Lopez. What's your thoughts on people calling Shakur duck?
I could understand people saying that because Shakur went on a cigar talk a while back and said that he was, you know, every time he boxed Shakur, he basically got over on him. So it's basically saying like it's something about my style that, you know, it gives him trouble. And Shakur, as far as Shakur, I don't think Shakur would be really ducking Shakur, but I don't know. Also, I mean, people listen to me talk and they think everything I say is law sometimes, and it's not. And I'm not trying to put it that way. And when I am, I look y'all in y'all eyes and I say I am. But I don't know that situation between Shakur and Shakur. I don't know how they go because I never been around them together. I don't know. I never seen them box each other. So to say he ducking them, I don't know. But Shakur did say that he was going to win at 40 and then go back down. So to hear him say you know, well, you gotta fight Ray Savage if you want to fuck with me. I ain't mad at that fight neither, but the energy is directed towards you because I just wanted a mandatory.
Well, to be honest, there was this energy before.
No, it was.
Yeah,
It was.
so
what I'm saying.
he didn't. It seemed like O'Shaki don't want to fight Ray. He wants to either unify with the champions
It's
or
a
fight
bigger
Shakur.
fight. It's a bigger fight. But that's what I'm saying. Ever since they became the mandatory, that validates the fight.
It validates the fight.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it's like, all right, Shakur, if you said you was gonna beat Tio and then come back down and leave that spot open for Keyshawn or whatever y'all, you know what I mean, they got going on. I think O'Shaki is a good fight for him at 35. And plus, we ain't never seen O'Shaki at 35, so why not? I mean, I don't know. It's a champion.
For me, I wouldn't be mad at either fight, but I feel like O'Shaki treating Raymond Ford like Raymond Ford's not.
I'll say this, man. I'll say this. Fighters be having plans and shit that they want to do. I'm not really overly critical of something somebody is saying about another fighter when they got a way bigger opportunity lined up. But like, for instance, if Shakur has no opponent, like he was sitting there at 135 waiting to look, see who his next guy is, and you got O'Shaki Foster at the dominating cool boy, and you know Shakur still ain't got no opponent, you sitting around shocked like, yo, I'm pressing your line, I want you, and you talking about go fight somebody else when you yourself don't have a fight, I'm gonna look at that a certain way. It's gonna hit my ear different because I'm like, hold on. Nah, bro, he been talking crazy. Say he ran you out the gym, all types. He been talking a lot. Like he talking like he real confident. He talking like he knows something we don't know. I would want him to answer the bell, answer the call. But with a whole other opportunity lined up, miss me with that ignorance, man. That's how you get tricked out your spot, man. If you don't focus on T.O. and beat his ass first, because then he ain't gonna go quietly. T.O. gonna put up a fight. Trust me, I know this. I'm not just saying it. I know this. That dude not gonna go easy. If he go easy, I would be surprised. I really would. T.O. gonna try his best because that's all he know. He gonna fight. He don't know shit else. And I believe he's got this far, you know, him and his father, but a lot of times his athleticism get him out of trouble or, you know, it help him, right? I feel like this the fight where over-relying on your athleticism and not being able to go to your father in the tough moments is where you might lose this fight. It might be a game of inches. I ain't even gonna say it's gonna be a blowout, but he start putting the majority of them rounds in the bank, or if you find yourself in the hole early, similar to how you put Loma in the hole, you could cancel Christmas, bro. Teach what it do, homie. Say, wait, can't shock leverage 130 battle to fight Core if he decides to move up. That's the thing, though, because it was an interim title, Kyle, and I think it was suspect because it was a 130-pound fight that they bumped up to a 35-pound interim once Cool Boy blew the weight. So I wonder, like, you get what I'm saying? I don't know with the intern, right? I don't know how they was gonna play, but Core talking like, bro, I ain't fight you, fight Ray Ford. And Shakur is giving Shaka a certain energy. Like I said, I don't mind it because he got a fight lined up, right? But if he no fight lined up and somebody pressing your line, like, yo, I want to fight you. I was beating your ass and sparring as a kid and all this. Nah, fight that man. Beat his ass. So, you know what I mean? I still would like to see Core fight Shaq. I don't care. I would want to see it. I just don't see Shaq beating him in a professional boxing ring. I don't see it. Cancel Xmas T.O. Yeah, cancel Christmas. Shout out to 704 Joe. So, you don't know, man. I would want to see the fight if it could happen for sure. But now with Shaq essentially going back down to 130, hey, Ray Ford is there knocking on the door. So I want to see if the fans that had all this energy for Shakur, y'all going to have that same energy for Shaq now that he possibly changed his mind and that he's moving in a division where Ray Ford is, you know, Ray Ford, you could get a fight with Ray Ford now. Now I want to see what people are going to say. Let's see how people don't keep the same energy. Keep y'all ears on these next couple days.
Not a former world champion. You treat him like he's just some prospect coming up. That's not the case.
Right.
He's an established guy in the sport.
Right.
Only got one loss, controversial loss.
Right.
So you talking about him like he's a young kid like Kermel Moulton that's asking for a shot.
Right. Yeah, that's true. That's true, and people would love to see that fight. So, I mean, everybody playing a part in this whole situation. I hope Ray Savage
that's true though, Cal. You're right.
And somebody, if not O'Shaki Foster,
I just think ultimately, without saying it, maybe his plans wasn't 100% on fighting Shakur the way he said it was. Maybe not if he decided to change his mind, or maybe it is what I said. He ain't gonna be there right now. You ain't gonna sit around hoping or waiting to that fight over to hope that he come back down. So maybe you go keep yourself busy or defend your title in the meantime till you find the next best option for yourself.
I don't know, man. This shit just weird, man. I mean, I don't know. It's weird. It's a lot of, I don't know. It's a lot of in-between shit. You know what I mean? And we got to see what Shakur look like with Teo.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But
one fight at a
like
time,
making
bro.
plans, but I'm literally jumping up in weight and facing a top guy. Yo, does that show you how finicky boxing fans are? Because I'm not mad at Ray for wanting to fight O'Shaquie because Ray wants to fight a champion. I'm not mad at O'Shaquie for wanting to get a big fight in Shakur.
Right.
But Shakur's jumping up and fighting Teofimo Lopez.
Right.
Right? This is a fight that we've always wanted to see.
Right.
The fact that you have that looming and then now you got people calling you a duck for what you might do after that. Can I at least finish my breakfast first?
that is
Exactly.
crazy. Yeah, that is
Exactly.
crazy.
That's
Shakur
the
just
whole
got some
point I've
focus
been
on
making.
that. Yeah, I mean, him and Teo is
Damn,
great
boxing
fight.
fans weird, bro.
I can see that. And yeah, I wouldn't call him a duck though. I don't know that. I don't know what they got going on. You know what I mean? And O'Shaquie is like O'Shaquie. We gotta be fair. You beat Cool Boy, you did, but it's like pump your brakes a little bit too. You know what I mean? No disrespect.
That's what I said. That's what I said too. Boxing source, I said it, bro. Shouldn't have been for no damn intern WBC title in the first place. The shit was a bad look that they did that. And true enough, I think they looked out for Cool Boy with that. Because that didn't benefit Shock. That was to help him out. And Shock made weight.
Back to him, but pump your brakes a little bit too, because you did just get into that different realm. You know what I mean? You it's not like you always been in this realm. You know what I'm saying? You ain't always been on this level, so I understand that too. You know what I mean? I get it.
Facts,
Everybody got their
man.
little points.
I like that, man. I always like their conversations because they give good dialogue and fair takes, no bias, no overly emotional shit, no false narratives and weird shit. But yeah, he did just get out the ring. Let that man fight his fight. That's how you get tricked out your spot thinking about other shit, man. You ain't gotta worry about that right now. Ghetto Fab, what it do? Ford needs to pick up an intern. Yeah, man, he need to push for that shot fight now. You know what I'm saying? But either or, I still want to see the Shock fight just because of the things he was saying, the back and forth alone, and because Shock is a good fighter, and I believe that he really want to fight. He get the opportunity, I believe he gonna take it. I don't think he just talking or none of that. I believe he want to fight. But again, you got to think about what you gonna do for now. Time don't wait for nobody. You can't sit around waiting to see what's gonna happen with the next man. Let's keep rolling, man. Let's keep rolling. A goofy move by the WBC. Facts. They keep on making themselves look bad. Told you I reached out to the female that used to work. She used to work for the WBC, and she exposed Mauricio Suleiman. I reached out to her. She reached back. She said she was busy this week, but she was asking me when did I want her to come on and speak about it. But I'll still see if I can connect with her. Boxing with 2-4, what it do? But yeah, the WBC be making that shit up as they go along, bro. For real. That's what they be doing. But I wanted to listen to this episode right here. It's not a super long one and nothing, like ain't no hour-long joint, but they was discussing the fight with Cool Boy and Fulton. And I think Ward was talking about basically he lost before he even got in there. And like he spoke about basically keeping the weight down. Remember, he went on the same platform and was talking about how he blow up in weight, he be in the 160s, not 160, 160s. So that could be super middleweight. You get what I'm saying? All that shit. So you run around there that heavy, and then you got to blow all that weight and make 122 or 126, and now you got to make 130. You get what I'm saying? You killing yourself, man, having to keep cutting that much weight. So I think Ward hit on something, man, and I think this is very important, man. It's a good listen for fighters that need to keep their weight down in between fights, man. That shit can cost you the big one, I think.
ABC pay-per-view card on Prime Video. We previewed this
Hit the
card
like button,
going
man. We
into
got
the
over
week,
70 people on
and
both
it's a
sides,
card that I
man.
was
Y'all
very
hit the like
excited
button,
about
y'all.
for a lot of reasons. Jesus Ramos Jr. and Shane Mosley Jr. fought for the WBC interim middleweight title. Erislan De Lara fought Johan Gonzalez, who stepped in for Janabek Alim Hanalu because of a positive or adverse finding in his VADA testing. Shaki Foster fought Stephen Fulton. Stephen Fulton came in 2 pounds overweight, and for whatever reason, the WBC still sanctioned this fight as an interim lightweight title. And then in the main event, we had Isaac Pitbull Cruz against Lamont Roach for the interim WBC super lightweight title. And that, my friends, was a good fight. The fight with Jesus Ramos and Shane Mosley was a good fight for two fighters in similar spaces. I had Shane Mosley Jr. on the Contender Series in 2018. Shane Mosley Jr. is a good fighter with good skills. And believe it or not, he has some of his father in him. You see some of the fast, twitchy type of punches and foot movement. He's a very tough fighter who can take a lot of punishment. I don't know if that's a badge of honor, but it's certainly something that you respect. He did take a lot of punishment in the fight with Jesus Ramos. He never quit. He never stopped trying to win. But when you're taking punishment like that at this stage in your career, when you're trying to get to a championship level, you got to start taking some hard looks at your career and see if this is something that you really want to do, because things are not going to get easier for Shane Mosley Jr. They're going to get harder, but the future is bright for Jesus Ramos. Just a good young fighter who has a great family and a great background. And he's a fighter that does a lot of great things. And I like what I've seen from him so far. And the sky's the limit for Ramos moving forward. And he's looking forward to fighting for the full championship WBC title in the near future. The fight that we were looking for, Erislan De Lara and Janabek Alim Hanalu, wasn't the fight that we got. We said at the top of the show that Janabek had an adverse finding with his VADA testing leading into the fight. Janabek had to step aside as he's waiting for his B sample to come back. I'm going to reserve my opinions until that sample comes back, but that's not a good look for him and his team, as this was the opportunity that he really wanted. Janabek was a guy who passed the eye test with flying colors, and it seems like nobody really wants to fight him. And what he's missing is the namesake or the type of marquee victory to get him in position where guys can no longer duck and they have to fight because there's enough money on the table. This is a huge setback for Team Janabek. If the B sample comes back positive, he's got other issues that he has to deal with, but there's always a replacement in the sport of boxing. There's always a fighter somewhere. He might be sitting on a couch or he might be in the gym and he's just a phone call away. And that fighter was Johan Gonzalez. Johan looked very, very strong and in shape, and he was a tougher fighter than many thought that he would be for Erislan De Lara. Lara dropped Gonzalez in the first round and then ultimately in the last round, but Lara sort of went back to some of his older ways where there's excess movement, not enough punches, and I don't know. You have to give him a little bit of grace, Lara, because he didn't have a lot of time to prepare for Johan Gonzalez. This is Gonzalez's Super Bowl, and this is just another fight for Lara. He was preparing for another fighter and another type of fight, and it's switched in the fourth quarter. That's a lot to deal with, but you do expect a fighter of Lara's caliber and with Lara's experience to make those adjustments. And I think that Lara could have gotten Gonzalez out of there. And he's shown that in his older age, being over 40, I think Lara's 42 years old, that he's willing to stand there more. He's willing to stay in the pocket. And he's surprised a lot of people because Lara's always had respectable power, but he's shown that he's got real power. The type of power that's knocking guys down and then knocking them out. And he showed.
Yeah, man. Old man Lara need to be celebrated, bro. Bro beating ass at 42, dropping shit, putting people down. Now, I don't know if he would have beat Janabek on the night if the unfortunate VADA, test didn't come back. But, man, this is a damn good performance for a 42-year-old fighter, the oldest active champion, I think, in boxing. The other one is Badu Jack, I believe. These guys, man, they've been around for a long time. And I said it before, Just think, y'all all remember Paul Williams. Lara fought Paul Williams. Think about the people he fought. Paul Williams, Canelo. You get what I'm saying? Danny Garcia, bro been around fighting, man. He been fighting, man. Old man Lara still got it, man. That straight left is still a killer, bro.
That early with Gonzalez, and then he showed it late. If you could carry your power late into a fight like that, that tells me that Lara could have did more. He didn't get a great response from the fans, and that's tough because that could stop other opportunities for Lara. There's not a lot of reasons why fighters want to face a skilled, dangerous, experienced fighter like Lara, who's 42 years of age, without some serious reason. And the reason that he's given these promoters and other fighters to step up is the type of fights that he's been putting on, these knockouts and these stoppages, where he's old enough where fighters will take a risk like a Janabek, where, okay, if I beat a Lara, I get this on my resume, man, I got a marquee name now. And I can tell people that I have a marquee name. But if Lara continues to fight those kind of fights at this stage in his career, he may start hurting opportunities for himself moving forward, because it's an easy way for fighters and promoters to step aside and say,
they robbed Lara.
He's going to run. It's going to be a boring fight. So I think Lara could have stepped on the gas and really stayed in the pocket with Gonzalez in the midway point in that fight. And I think he really could have stepped. He really could have got him out of there, because though Johan Gonzalez looked strong and in shape, he looked like he had been in the gym when he got the call. I didn't see anything from Gonzalez that concerned me for Lara. I didn't see punches or a game plan that made me feel like, Lara, you need to box and get out of here, get your check, get the win, and move on. That's not what I got from Gonzalez. So I don't know why Lara went back to those ways, but I'd like to see Lara stay in the pocket like he was. Y'all know I'm boxing first. That's what I believe in. That's what I was raised on. So I'm not a guy that is quick to call a fighter boring because they didn't stand there and take a lot of punishment. But when you see that you could do more, when you see that there are opportunities, you want to take those opportunities, especially against a late minute replacement, and especially when you're at this stage in your career like Lara was.
And I could agree with Andre Ward real quick. What he basically saying that, look, Lara, you had your man hurt. You had a man in front of you that you could have did a little bit more. You could have pressed. But I think maybe, just the last minute replacement, maybe the fact that Lara being an older guy, he just wanted to be safe, ain't really want to make the mistakes. But what Ward is saying, bro, you had your man. You could have did a little bit more. You could have pressed on it. And you could have stood in the pocket. You probably could have got your guy out of there, because I know you would have wanted to keep your 100% KO ratio intact for middleweight. Since you've been up there, you had all knockouts, and he was the guy that broke your knockout streak. Like, think about it. You stopped Danny Garcia, even though his father would tell you he stopped the fight, right? But you managed to stop Danny, right? You definitely could have stopped dude fight night, man. What's his name? Johan Gonzalez or something like that. You definitely could have stopped his ass Saturday, I believe. Respect for Ward keeping that same, man. Hell yeah, Z. I love listening to Andre Ward takes, bro. That's why I like this show.
Winning covers a multitude of sins. He will get another opportunity, and I'm excited to see who Erislandy Lara will get another opportunity against.
Here's a question.
Me
if
too.
you walked into a stash house full of $20 million, how much would
from a fighter that's been in a long training camp and that's been making all the sacrifices? I had concerns with Fulton being 2 pounds over because you're moving up in weight.
Let's talk about
4 pounds north of where you just previously were. Not to say that it still wasn't hard for him to make weight, because the misconception is that because a fighter is moving up in weight, that they're still not draining themselves to make that weight, even though it's a higher weight. Fulton gets pretty heavy in between fights. We talked about it right here on the Hall of Game. He said, I like my food. I like to relax after my training camps. I don't like to do much. And I don't know what happened to Fulton in camp. There's a lot of rumors circulating about personal issues or camp not going the way that it was supposed to. I know he had issues making the 130-pound limit, but the question is why? Why was Fulton not able to dial in and make the weight precisely the way he was supposed to?
Right.
As a fighter, I'm asking, why was his body not in the type of shape that he was supposed to be in. This fight was a long time coming. There was multiple cancellations. There was a lot of back and forth. I don't think it was real bad blood, but it was boxing bad blood. It's competitiveness. Right. You want to fight me for my title. You think you're going to come up and wait and take what I have?
Real quick, man. Razor. It's tough to call somebody washed up after 2 fights, after 2 losses to world-class type of guys. Anyway, undefeated still to this day, knocks out everybody. But Shakur Foster's on top of his game. He was moving up into his division. That wasn't a fight that he couldn't lose. People went into the fight saying it's a 50-50 fight. How is he washed up losing to a guy in a 50-50 type of scenario? That don't make you washed up. You just lost to the better man. He was better prepared and he executed. And you wasn't on top of your game. You blew weight. Maybe the personal issues outside the ring starting to catch up to you. Get what I'm saying? No, it's not. You can't see somebody washed up losing in a 50-50 fight, bro. Like, you get me? What I'm saying to you is, if he get into a fight with a guy that we deem him somebody he's supposed to beat, it don't matter if he lost every single round. I believe he lost 11-1. I believe he won the first round and lost the next 11. But it doesn't matter if you didn't make the if you didn't put the right work in and camp. You could put yourself in a situation where you're susceptible to losing every round because you're not in position. You was fighting at the wrong range. You couldn't cut the distance, couldn't get your offense on track. You blew weight. You looked out of shape. It was a lot of things going wrong. And then you hear the rumors that Andre Ward was talking about and things in your personal life, struggles in camp. I did hear that once or twice about him struggling in camp. I just never minded because you hear that shit all the time. So right now, nah, I don't think you can say, I don't think you can call him washed after 2 losses, bro. How are you washed losing to another guy, a champion? He just lost to a champion. So is Shakur Foster washed? Because he got 3 losses and a draw, if I'm not mistaken. Is he washed? You get what I'm saying? Was he washed when he lost his 3rd fight? When they gave it to Robson Conceição, was he washed? Because people were saying he wasn't it, and look what he did. He got his biggest win to date when people was questioning 3-4 fights in a row if he was still it, right? So I get you. To each his own, but I just think that's tough to say somebody is washed to losing in a 50-50 fight, bro. Somebody got to lose. The better man won. The more prepared man won. You know what I mean? Shot, executed, and he won. Cool Boy wasn't doing shit that, trainer wanted him to do. He just wasn't fighting. He didn't fight the right fight, bro. But let's keep going. Hit that like button, sub to the channel, put some color in the chat, support the grind.
It's like, don't take it personal, but yeah, I'm getting ready to come get your belt. They had all of the makings of a great matchup that night. But as the fight unfolded, the fight started out like the script that everybody had written was thought was going to get played out. Shakur Foster, the bigger, more established fighter at the weight, not walking down, but putting subtle pressure on Steve.
Yeah, then you got to consider that. Bigger guy, more established at the weight. You don't always just move up and beat the guy right there. You don't always just move up and win. Shakur handled business. He fought like he was the champion. He won. He stood on all types of business.
Stephen Fulton, and many believe that Stephen Fulton had to box. He's the smaller fighter. He doesn't punch as hard as Foster, so he better be smart. And that's what we saw in the first couple rounds. But that's not all I saw. I saw the script as it was written being played out, but I also saw Fulton not being confident. And I don't know if that's because of the weight issues, because oftentimes as a fighter, you don't always feel great going into a fight. The goal is for everything to peak, your sharpness mentally, your focus, your physical prowess,
listen to a Hall of Famer break it down.
Weight, you want to make weight the right way.
Man,
we'll fight.
Nah, we gotta go back a little bit. I want people to hear this, and I don't play these interviews and these videos for nothing. I be wanting y'all to. I say a lot of this stuff that a Hall of Fame fighter is saying that had a whole career. I ain't never fought, but I'm very logical and sensible. He's saying the shit that I'm saying. Like, do y'all realize not only to put a fight together, but a whole card, how much shit got to go right? Do y'all know how much shit has to go right for the fighter to win on the night? Now you're talking about a guy that arguably is still going through personal issues. That's not Shaq's fault, but his life. Dealing with shit. You had a rough camp. You moving up in weight, but you still miss weight because you probably had a fat camp from gaining all that weight in between fights. You had multiple postponements. You are a guy that likes your food. It's a situation to fail if you're not disciplined. And he, in between fights, he's not disciplined. You're telling me a fight that gets called off or postponed 2-3 times, that's like giving them, you get what I'm saying? That's like you get what I'm saying? That's like being in between fights. So he probably ate, gained a bunch of weight, had to lose a bunch of weight in camp. That shit didn't work out. You had a fat camp. How do you move up in weight and still blow weight? Not by a couple of ounces, 2 pounds. And then you look like a pudgy guy, but why rock with Cool Boy? Because he didn't make no excuse. He said it come with the game. It's part of the game. He took that L in stride. Shout out to Shakur Foster. He stood on business, but the fans, it's time for y'all to stop thinking y'all know everything. Start paying attention. I'm only saying bro in here calling him washed, but listen to what Andre Ward is saying. Andre Ward is a fucking Hall of Fame fighter. Why do you think he ain't sitting up talking about how washed Cool Boy is? Because that's not what it is. You cannot get that based off that fight unless he was fighting a guy deemed not on his level, that he was some type of heavy favorite to beat, and then he went out there and got washed and lost every round or 11-1. Now we having a different conversation. But when you move up into somebody's weight class, battling personal issues, struggling in camp, weight issues in between camp, your ducks are not in a row, and Shakur Foster was locked in, fighting with a chip on his shoulder with something to prove, and you seen it from the opening bell all the way to the end. You seen it. They fought totally different. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm not giving Cool Boy no out, but I'm a real one. I seen him stand on business way too many times to write him off just because he lost to another good fighter. That's what's wrong with boxing. I don't watch this dude take O after O after O. I promise you, do your homework on Scooter if you don't know. Dude fought, I forget, 8, 9, is it 8, 9, or 10 undefeated guys and only lost to one of them in Monster Inoue. The rest of them, think about how many O's he took. It's not too many people with the amount of fights that he got that can say they fought more undefeated people and is more accomplished. Cool Boy is a real one. We should celebrate him and salute him like one. He lost to a real fighter in Shakur Foster. No harm, no foul. Shout out to my dog, man. Mike Kirkland always support, man. Appreciate the love, man. He said for the grind. Appreciate you, man. I got 5 on it. But shout out to my brother Mike Kirkland. Appreciate you. So I just want you, I don't want nobody to change their opinion, but just consider something else to think about. Think about what Andre Ward is saying in this clip and why he not just saying Cool Boy is some washed up fighter.
The first couple rounds. But that's not all I saw. I saw the script as it was written being played out, but I also saw Fulton not being confident. And I don't know if that's because of the weight issues, because oftentimes as a fighter, you don't always feel great going into a fight. The goal is for everything to
listen to what he's
sharpness,
saying.
Mentally, your focus, your physical prowess, your physical body. As you made weight, you want to make weight the right way. The weight back on in the 24-hour period or less that you have to put the weight back on. You want everything to be clicking. But the reality is even though you have a fight date, things are not always clicking the way that
Exactly. Shit don't always go according to plan. And that is one thing about boxing fans that I dislike. We act like these guys got to look like Superman every single time they're in the ring or they ain't shit. He can't have back-to-back off nights. Says who? You ain't never had back-to-back off nights in your life, at work, in any capacity of life? What makes them any different? You just heard him say how much shit got to go right. And all the time, shit don't go right. And you still got to go out there and perform. So I give Scooter a shit ton of credit for not quitting and just keep fighting. He missed weight. He could have, anything. Try to find a way out with the postponements. He still made sure that he took this fight. As a matter of fact, I think he gave up some money to make sure this fight happened. If I'm not mistaken, that L-Dub had told me. So shout out to Cool Boy, man. Win, lose, or draw, whether you ever hear me speaking these words, I still rock with you. I support you. I support Shot. I don't pick sides. We need to see two dogs more willing to put it all in the line like that. And how do you do that? You support both fighters. Stop saying silly shit, like respectfully. I think it's silly to try to make a case that Cool Boy is some type of washed up fighter now. Come on, man. Losing to another good fighter. That's how we determine who's washed. Losing to other good fighters, world-class champions, makes you washed in today's boxing. See what I mean about these fans? Fickle, man. Got to stop switching up when guys lose.
They're supposed to.
2 losses.
It didn't look like Fulton was right going into the fight.
Nope.
And he didn't look right early on in the fight. And what I saw was a fighter who had a lot on his mind.
Yes.
Who didn't have the best training camp. This is just all speculation of what I'm seeing from my years in the sport.
Yeah.
But I also saw Stephen Fulton allowing O'Shaquie Foster, who did his part. He came in tip-top shape. He made the weight, and he did what he was supposed to do, and he actually showed more wrinkles in his game. He was just supposed to be the puncher. O'Shaquie Foster was just supposed to be the bruiser, but he also showed that I can do multiple things, and I'm going to get to that in just a second. But for Fulton, I don't think it was just the training camp. I don't think it was just the weight cut, even though I know that had a lot to do with it. It looked to me that Fulton was allowing O'Shaquie Foster to win a lot of those rounds and ultimately
people hit the like button, smash
by his reputation.
Smash the like button, up to the channel.
What I mean by that is
the grind,
the script I told you about, right? Foster being bigger, stronger, and even carrying his power late. Foster has late round knockouts where he's getting knockouts in the 11th and 12th round. I didn't see Fulton taking the chances that he was supposed to take in order to try to get some respect from O'Shaquie Foster.
Me too.
I didn't see Fulton step to Foster in spots the way he was supposed to take some ground from O'Shaquie Foster.
True indeed.
Supposed to. I didn't see that Philly thing, that willingness to risk getting knocked out or risk getting hurt, to put your game plan down, to put your stake in the ground and let the opponent, the fans, the judges, and everybody know that, I know I'm supposed to be boxing, but I'm gonna get mine too. I didn't see that from Stephen Fulton. I didn't feel that. Like, you can feel that type of energy and that type of mindset when it's being displayed. Like, oh, he getting his respect right now. Oh, he just drew a line in the sand. You saw it with Terrence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez. You see the normal script playing out, Crawford boxing, Canelo Alvarez stalking, but then all of a sudden you saw certain rounds where Terrence Crawford went off script and he drew a line in the sand, and and as a fighter, he's getting his respect. He's sending a message to Canelo and to everybody watching that it's not going to be the way that you think it's going to be. I didn't see that from Stephen Fulton. I didn't see that kind of fight from Stephen Fulton. And it's sad because his corner was telling him all the right stuff. In the first 2 or 3 rounds, you can see that Fulton was still trying to process and figure out how to solve the puzzle of O'Shaquie Foster. But right around that 5th, 6th round, 7th round, in between the rounds, you started seeing Fulton just kind of
feel me, boxing source?
Start seeing his mind drop. You start seeing his mind.
People will overlook this great work that he's doing. These boxing conversations need to be heard. And again, I love the fact that for me not to be an actual boxer or trainer or none of that, a lot of the things that these guys like this say, I ain't gonna say I see everything he say, but a lot of this stuff he's saying about Cool Boy, I was already saying it. I'm like, bro, just didn't look like he had it. He wasn't willing to take the same chances that he do in fights. He looked mentally disengaged. He just didn't look switched on. He did not. Something was missing. And I chalk it up to you not having a good training camp, possibly a fat camp, being undisciplined in between camps. That shit catches up to you. And then you got a guy that's fighting with a chip on his shoulder. They making a promotion one-sided. They building it up as if, Cool Boy is the damn champion instead of Shock. And then when he misses weight by 2 pounds, they make it for a 135-pound interim title to throw him an additional bone. You think Shock ain't paying attention? Like, man, they've been slighting me since they signed this shit. I'm going to beat him up. That's what he was saying. He was like, I'm going to show all y'all talking crazy. Hey, I'm going to talk my shit and I'm going to back it up. I'm going to show it in the ring. And I believed it. He wasn't selling it. He just meant that shit. Shout out to Shock Foster. Not too many people can deliver it how he was delivering it and then really go stand on business when they get in the ring. It's a shit ton of people that would have talked all the same shit that Shock was talking and went out there and got beat by Cool Boy. Let's not act like that wasn't one of the best performances that we've seen from him. It took a damn good performance to beat Cool Boy that convincingly too. And that I want people to realize that the reason you even think Cool Boy is not as good as what you thought is because how dominant Shock was. That's how good he was on the night. And that's how off Cool Boy was. Straight like that. Credit to Shock because he was switched on from the word go. So great fight, but best man won that night. Cheesesteaks and strip clubs. I'm telling you, too many Philly cheesesteaks, bro.
You gotta stay focused in a fight, especially when things aren't going your way. It's very easy to start to give up mentally. You may not give up physically. You may not stop throwing punches, but your mind starts to drift and you start becoming a spectator to your own event. So your coach is talking, you hear him, but you really don't hear him. Your mind is on something else. And that's what I started to see from Stephen Fulton in the middle of this fight. And I think it was the 6th or 7th round. He came out and he started throwing like air punches. Like they weren't reaching faster, but he just started throwing air punches as if he...
Y'all didn't hear me talking about the air punches? Yeah, so y'all don't remember, nobody in here remember me saying, yo, this man was throwing air jabs. He was doing his best impersonation of like Regis 2.0, throwing them air jabs. I ain't never seen him throw that many air jabs in my life. Now you hear SOG like he start throwing air punches. This shit is crazy, bro. I was saying it. I'm like, that's why I play these shits. It's the reason why every day I find a video that I could play, because a lot of times these people, these more experienced people that's in the know, be saying a lot of shit that I be saying with before I even hear these videos, because I think logically and I know I don't know it all. You know, I consider all things instead of just looking to have a negative opinion. Yeah, it's easy to say, cool boy, you washed up. But it take a different type of fan to analyze, like Ward is saying, all it takes to go into a fight for you to look good. And when it don't, that shit shows. Boxing is, that's why I say that's the best sport we got, because it requires so much from you. And even when you give boxing everything you got, it still might not be enough. That's a hell of a sport right there, man. People just don't get it. Let's keep going. Shout out to my homie. In the middle of this fight. Appreciate you.
And I think it was the 6th or 7th round. He came out and he started throwing like air punches. Like they weren't reaching faster, but he just started throwing air punches as if he was like shadow boxing. And that just let me know that this is not going to be the night for Stephen Fulton. I don't know what happened, man. I have a lot of respect for Stephen Fulton. I've stated that on this show and on this platform, and I continue to. I'm not a fighter who sees a fighter have that kind of showing.
Oh, he's throwing air punches earlier than that.
Doesn't show up the way he's supposed to. And then I say, oh, he's trash. He was never anything. That's not me. I have a lot of respect for Fulton, but something went wrong in his preparation.
Talk about it. And he think like me, or I think like him.
Showing on this platform, and I continue to. I'm not a fighter who sees a fighter have that kind of showing, or a fighter that doesn't show up the way he's supposed to, and then I say, oh, he's trash. He was never anything. That's not me. I have a lot of respect for Fulton, but something went wrong in his preparation. Something was wrong the week of the fight, and something wasn't right with him on fight night. But that being,
God damn, Ward, this is really he, out of any fighter that I liked a lot and really rock with while he was active, like he is definitely becoming one of my absolute favorite fighters after retirement. Like a guy that had a whole career, a retired fighter, and that's actively like still contributed to the sport, like in this space that he's in. Definitely becoming one of my favorite fighters. He say the realest shit. This is what you need to hear. This is what you need. And this is coming from somebody that done it. And you see his assessment on Cool Boy. It's easy to get up here and talk about how he trashed and after not looking good. Come on, man. But think about all the times he did look good. What was we saying then? We're going to just throw him away after he lose? That's why boxing is fucking trash. You don't even got to lose no more. You can have a draw. Just ask Tank. And they're going to act like you lost every fight or had a draw with everybody you fought. Shit crazy, man. I'm a supporter, not just a critic. I'm a supporter before I am a critic. How about that? Most people are critics before they are supporters. And that's why they'll get up online and they'll trash a world-class guy from Philly like Cool Boy Steph that had he won this fight would have been the only 3-division champion from Philly. But he trashed, though. But he washed up, though. That's what we going to push? Bullshit,
That's
man.
not me. I have a lot of respect for Fulton, but something went wrong in his preparation. Something was wrong the week of the fight, and something wasn't right with him on fight night. But that being said, some of what was, and maybe most of what was wrong with Fulton in that fight was O'Shaquie Foster. We can't take away
and I
from the
said that.
performance
I
of
literally
Foster.
said it. I said, now don't get me wrong. A lot of what was going on, that was shock. But past that, past somebody just having a better game plan and being switched on, having your number, Cool Boy looked off. Out of shape. Mentally, he wasn't there. He was always fighting at the wrong range. Even the way he was throwing his right hand, it was in a way that I never seen him do before. He was reaching. He was getting desperate. I was like, yo, this is not him. He mentally is not engaged in this fight the right way, but his body is on autopilot. He's still trying to fight. The fighter in him, he's still going, but he just didn't have nothing on the night. William Old School, what's good, bro? He had nothing on the night, and it showed.
And the professionalism and everything that he displayed in that fight. He was sturdy. He looked very strong. He looked sure of himself, but he was smart. And I love to see a guy who's known as a bruiser and a puncher and the stronger fighter not abuse what he has in his arsenal. Foster could have easily not respected anything about Stephen Fulton and just tried to walk through him. And maybe he would have got the stoppage. Maybe he would have done better. I don't know. But I like what I saw from Foster. I saw a thinking man that night, Saturday night, against Stephen Fulton. I saw a man who was thinking through his steps and processing his moves. Foster was playing chess on fight night. He wasn't playing chess.
Yeah.
He was thinking 2-3 steps up ahead. And this fight is going to elevate O'Shaquie Foster as a fighter overall because he's got the toughness. He's got all the stuff. He showed that he got some flavor. He's shown that he's got range to his game. Great fight from O'Shaquie Foster. It's not a good fight for Stephen Fulton. And he's got to go back and he's got to
seen 2 Cent by far best performance too, and
be
worse
honest with himself about what
went
wrong, if anything went wrong in his personal life, in training camp, mentally. If he just didn't believe that he can win, I didn't see a confident Stephen Fulton.
Me neither.
You cannot
he was
knock
never
a fighter
confident.
who takes a chance to win and comes up short. But it's tough, and I know that Stephen Fulton's feeling this right now.
I picked him well once he blew that weight like that. I knew something was off. I knew he wasn't about to have a good
Didn't
fight.
put himself in the best position to get that dub. And I don't think he really believed in himself once he got in that ring. Foster was who he thought he was. He may have been even better than he thought he was. And I didn't see Stephen Fulton not one time toe that line and draw that line in the sand and let Foster know you're going to have to earn this tonight. I wish Fulton nothing but the best. Boxing is a sport of second, third, fourth, fifth chances. I believe that he's going to get back to where he was. I'm hoping that he gets back to where
you heard what he said right there. Hold on, bro. Like, ain't gonna just mull over this shit
tonight.
Listen to him.
I wish Fulton nothing but the best. Boxing is a sport of second, third, fourth, fifth chances. I believe that
second, third, fourth, and fifth chances. Cool Boy only got 2 losses. Chill with all that he wild shit. Bullshit, bro. That's why boxing is turning into some shitty ass sport. Because the people that's supposed to support it only support the participants when they're winning, bro. When they're winning. Oceanique, you know what I mean, is the right way to say it, is a prime example of why you don't count somebody out when they lose. The guy lost twice early in his career and turned around and went on to be a damn world champion and just beat one of the best fighters in the world in Cool Boy Steph. He doing his best work after he lost. What do you mean people watched after 2? And he got 3 losses with a draw from shit, don't he? Come on, man. He got all type of, man. I don't know, man. Shock is a prime example of somebody that that's why you don't sleep on people. You give credit where it's due, man. You put that work in, you get the results. That's why you got to be happy for a dude like Oceanique. You know what I mean? Shout out to Bobby Ben, man. Shout out to Bobby for sure. Shout out to them, man, because he got a good team.
He's going to get back to where he was. I'm hoping that he gets back to where he was and that he's able to make adjustments.
Cool Boy lost to some good guys. Monster and Shock ain't no chumps, and Monster still undefeated. And who got, Cool Boy shit? Shock and damn Monster be a wild ass fight. Monster be out here sleeping shit. So ain't no shame in that, man.
It's because everybody's story is different. Some fighters, they don't lose.
That's why Bobby
Some
the
fighters
real one,
never have the bad night or the bad performance, but it doesn't mean they haven't gone through things. They had their own struggles in their own fights. Stephen Fulton has had his struggles and has had his fights in the boxing ring, but thus far he's always overcame those struggles. And I'm hoping and believing that he'll do it again. And the future is bright for O'Shaquie Foster. O'Shaquie Foster, he's got history with Shakur Stevenson, and his quote after the fight was, "I want Shakur Stevenson." He said, "I've been saying it for the longest, but it looks like he's going to be fighting at 140. So I have to choose either 130 or 135. I'll see what happens and make a decision from there." Excited about the.
And he made his decision to keep his 30-pound title and vacate the interim at 135. So all y'all talking about is duck talk. Y'all going to have to find a new narrative. Y'all going to have to actually focus on Shakur and Teo fight, the fight that's scheduled to happen 31st of January. Yeah, that one. Not the fight that was never scheduled and wasn't put together just yet. Shout out to Shockey, because all the energy he showed, he did exactly what he's supposed to. You see a guy that you want to fight that people think is good, and you like, I know he ain't as good as what y'all think, and you want to prove it inside the ring, you do exactly what O'Shaquie Foster do. Try to put yourself in position. But I think at the end of the day, he made a better decision. He made a smart decision to keep his title at 130 pounds. You know what I'm saying? Congratulations to yours truly, true fan, and your brother. Shout out to Freddie Williams, man. Shout out to you, fan. Appreciate you. Pick Foster because when I seen Cool Boy fight a slick boxer, I couldn't find anyone. In my opinion, Foster style is all wrong for Cool Boy. I get what you're saying, but I look at it like this. It wasn't that, right? I think he needed things to be on point. He could ill afford to be in the ring with O'Shaquie Foster overweight, not on point, and that's what he was. And he was already behind the 8 ball once he blew the weight. It was over. You get what I'm saying? The postponements. But I get what you're saying, just the style. You felt like the style, nobody fought like O'Shaquie Foster, and it was going to be a different challenge for him. I get you. I understand where you're coming from. But it's not like it's a guy that he couldn't have beat because of his style, but that's a guy that you won't beat when you're not focused. Shaq was locked in. Locked in. Look at his eyes. He was fighting like he seen a ghost that he wasn't scared of. Like, I see you, but I ain't scared. Like, hey, you get me? Eyes wide open. Like, but not the deer in the headlights. Not the like, oh, shit, I don't know what's going on. Shaq was like, I see everything you doing, and I got something for everything you doing. Everything you want to do, I got an answer for it. I'm telling you, it's just he was locked in. He was like a man possessed, bro. He was like, yeah, he was on some shit, man. Talk about being in your bag. Shaq was in his. He was in his damn bag, man.
Future of O'Shaquie Foster.
It was fun to watch. It was hard to watch a little bit because
man.
it was cool.
And once again, man, big things up ahead for Foster.
What's going on? It's Barack the Boxing Bully, and we got some heat coming your way. These are fights.
Well, that's the gist of what I wanted to hear y'all to hear. His comments about Cool Boy and you know, he said a lot of the things that I said too, man. And the last thing I'll bring up before we head out, shout out to everybody. It's over 60 people still in the building. Hit the like button, sub to the channel. Support the grind. One of the last things I wanted to touch on was this. I seen this briefly. I'm gonna go look into it some more, see if I could find any other information on it. It's only right to report on this if you reported on it when it initially happened. You know, I see this is from Ellie Sekback. Shout out to my guy for sending this to me. He's saying, you know, breaking news, personal sources have disclosed that Gervonta Davis will face Pitbull Cruz again in the middle of 2026. Additionally, CCV footage has shown that Gervonta was not in the club, which contributed to the dismissal of his case as he is now returning to boxing soon. So they saying innocent, even though he spelled the hell out of that word wrong, but he probably was excited typing for his idol, Tank Davis. So he messed the word up. But look, if I could report on it when they put it out there, I could report on this side. I will hope that he got enough, I don't know what to call it, like integrity, should I say, not to put this up there and just be going out of nowhere. He's saying personal sources. So maybe he got some kind of source that's letting him know, look, Tank name got cleared, the case get dismissed, and he gonna return to boxing and possibly face Pitbull Cruz. So I don't know how true the Pitbull Cruz is. The thing that I root for, though, is the dismissal of the case so he can resume his career if that's what he chooses to do. But we've seen him speak about, you know, when his knee get better, fighting Pitbull Cruz. I don't know, maybe he was trolling, maybe he wasn't. But then you see this come out. You see it from Ellie, and he's saying sources close to that situation has disclosed that it's Pitbull looking like his next, and that case going to be dismissed. So that's a win for Gervonta Davis. That's a win for Tank fans, the Tank and Maniacs. It's a win. It's a win. But if you're a real one, you was never rooting for his downfall. No way. You just wanted to see what he was going to do. Bro, man. Man, yo. Man, somebody just sent me something. So Pitbull rematch kind of lame, not gonna lie. Yeah, man, look, I'll say this. I'm very consistent. I understand that I can't pick who these guys fight. I can't choose their next move and all that. I could only choose to support it. Tank told us a long time ago, right after Pitbull, hell no, when they asked him, hell no. So it ain't no way in hell after this long, I want to see him. He has done nothing that's worth Tank Davis fighting him again. In my opinion, he hasn't earned it. He lost to Lamont Roach. They lied and pushed the narrative that he beat Tank when they fought, which is complete bullshit. I don't care for this rematch. If it's any rematch you're going to get at fans, it need to be Lamont Roach. This would be a bad look in terms of him not keeping it real or lying to his fans like they always like to say. Certain fighters lie. This wouldn't be good that you told your people you weren't fighting him no more, sat out this long, and you didn't give people the rematch that they was highly anticipating. Just to give us a rematch that we don't care for would be nasty work. But I'm not going to complain no way I will with any other fight. It's not the fight I would care for, but I would have my opportunity whether I wanted to support it or not. It's not that big a deal to me. I'm pretty sure they would fill it with a good undercard or something like that, possibly. And it'd probably be a good card, probably be worth the money. But nah, in no world should fight Pitbull Cruz twice on pay-per-view and make people pay for it. If you're going to do any rematch at all, in my opinion, you definitely do the Lamont Roach. If not, go look at to get the re-establish yourself with the Jake Paul situation or go find another fighter to fight. You know what I'm saying? I really don't care to see him face Pitbull, but like I said, I ain't here to complain, but I want to see what his fans going to say if this is in fact what he's doing next. Like I said, this ain't the ideal fight, but it's life and it's boxing, man. And sometimes these guys, they make decisions that we can't explain, and that this would be one of them. This would be one of them. And real quick, man, these was the punch numbers, bro, or whatever or what I think the score should have been. Yo, I keep people been arguing with me since the fight. I don't care what you say. If you're telling me Pitbull Cruz won or it was a draw and you cool with that, I'm not arguing, but I'm standing on what I'm saying. Lamont Roach beat him. He started slow. Pitbull started faster. Got that knockdown. Lamont Roach fought well enough in the first half to keep the fight respectable. And in the second half, he started putting rounds in the bank back to back to back because Pitbull Cruz started boxing instead of fighting. He got tired, gassed, and Lamont Roach took advantage of it. And I do think the fight was relatively very close, but I think Lamont Roach edged it out. I don't care what nobody say. PBC jobbed him again. PBC, Amazon Prime. I don't know who you want to call it, but I don't even want to put a PBC on it. I just want to say the business of boxing jerked Lamont Roach again. In my opinion, I felt like he won his last two fights. And because he was in there with guys that are deemed more popular than him, he didn't get the nod in either situation. Either situation. I felt like if he would have lost and Pitbull truly won, then it would have been a dub. The fact that the more popular guy for the second time in a row got a draw, in my opinion, is a dead giveaway that they took fights from him. That's just what I'm saying. Your title should read Teo versus Shakur. Nah, I did that yesterday, Godspeed. That's petty. I did that already, though. Shout out to the homie, Dodge J. It is Teo versus Shakur, though, just so you know. But I just wrote it like that because I was rushing. You know what I'm saying? So don't think much of it. It's Teofimo Lopez versus Shakur Stevenson. I know that. But that's small shit. Shakur walking away with the dub, though. I bet you that, though, Godspeed. You hear me? Shakur going to walk away with that dub. But he is the champion, so his name is first and all that good stuff. But we don't care about shit like that over here. You know? That's small stuff. You know what I mean? I was this close to not coming on today. I just want the record to reflect. Shout out to my bro Dodge Day. Appreciate the love and the support, my guy. Putting the color. 16-112 for Isaac Cruz was egregious. Yeah, what was it? 115, 111. I think it was 115, 111. We'll be back to revisit for the fight. It's all good. And check this out. Godspeed. It's a 50-50 fight that either guy could win. I'm just rocking with Core unapologetically. But both guys, win, lose, or draw, gonna get their respect. If Teo proved me wrong, he gonna get his just due for the rest of the month. You dig? Oh shit, that's the last day of the month. Yeah, like I said, Tio gonna get his just due for the rest of January. But over here, we support the fighter, win, lose, or draw, bro. Like Shakur just happened to be my guy. I'm a Jersey guy, that's my guy. But I support them all, and I'm realistic. Tio is a tough fight for anybody, especially on his A game and fully focused. So 50-50 fight, may the best man win. I think Shakur pulls that off. I think Tio makes enough mistakes that Shakur can take advantage of. And I think Shakur is more of a physical specimen than what people give him credit for. What he's mastered is the mental side of the game, and I think that's what people overlook. That's why they continue to get beat by him. I think Tio and his dad making the same mistake. They keep talking about punching power and, I'm going to knock him out and, he don't hit hard and this. I don't want to hear that stuff. So may the best man win, but we got a great one, know what I'm saying? But I was this close to not making it on today, and we made it on, and we had a dope build. So I want to say I appreciate everybody for rocking out through the whole live, man. We got some more stuff we're going to talk about tomorrow, some stuff we're going to get to. Going to flood angles and workload. The good thing is, Godspeed, if Tio does use some angles, it's not like Core won't be able to deal with him. And if, he tries to up the workload, think about it. Shakur just fought the most active fighter in boxing in terms of punching, right? Don't nobody in boxing throw more punches than William Zepeda. Right. So I felt like Shakur got really good. He got pushed to a degree. Shakur got pushed to a degree in his last fight against William Zepeda. Tio was able to coast because he was in there with a guy that athletically he was so much better than that he just couldn't keep up with him. Right. And he didn't have the answers. He got some good shots in there, but not nearly enough. I think Shakur and Tio are closer to each other in terms of athleticism, even though Tio might be the slightly more athletic guy. For sure, he might be the more athletic guy, but he ain't the smarter fighter. And I believe that is where the fight will be won, mental, as well as Shakur putting that physical to complement where he is mentally in the game of boxing. You get what I'm saying? Shout out to the homie Dodge. Appreciate that love, man. Appreciate you, Queen, man, as always. Big Dog Willie, my guy. Appreciate you coming back through it in the super chat. Said Tank should be ashamed for ducking the Roach rematch. Tank Maniacs are changing their tune. And Tank Maniacs had the nerves to criticize Shakur. I heard somebody say they hope he don't rematch Lamont Roach, and they hope he fight Pitbull Cruz. I'm telling you right now, I don't have no smoke for nobody's opinion. It's all good, but I noticed something about people that favorite fighter is Tank. They make up, they switch this shit up as they go along. I swear, bro. I swear. At first, it was like they argued with me that he was giving him the rematch. They argued with Big Dog Willie that he wasn't gonna fight Jake. They was wrong about both, right? They was wrong. Like the rematch didn't come. The Jake Paul fight was coming. Then they, end up being off, and now they're about to celebrate him rematching a guy that they also argued with us about, based on his own words, that he wouldn't fight. It's nasty work. Them super duper fans, they scrambling right now. They scrambling, and they're not real fans of the sport. They fans of a few boxers, and that's it. Shout out to Tank. Unlike them, I really rock with him. I want to see the dude win inside, outside the ring. Unless you fighting the Brick City native, then we talking something different. But other than that, I'm rooting for Tank. I'm rooting for boxing, man. Shout out to my dog. The homie Z, appreciate you, man. Appreciate the love, man. Appreciate the support, man. You know it, man. Zepeda kept his head on the line now. True. But Tio is known to keep his head on the line too. Godspeed. Go back and look at the fight with Loma. From go to like round 7 on, and go look at how Loma was putting them rounds in the bank, and Tio head was right on the line. So Tio has moments where he don't get his head off the line too. But I get what you're saying. Tio is definitely knows Zepeda. He's far more athletic. I think he's going to be a far different puzzle than what Zepeda was, respectfully. You cooking smothered pork chops and a roux gravy. Shout out to you, William Old School. Shout out to you. Appreciate the likes. Appreciate the support. Still over 50 people in here. Hit the like button, sub to the channel. Most importantly, after you sub to the channel, to everybody in here rocking with me, make sure you turn your notifications on so we keep building, keep growing. We're going to be back tomorrow strong to close the week out, build on the sport of boxing, and give everybody and boxing is just due. So with that,
I appreciate everybody that came through, everybody that supported. Much love. Will, enjoy your den. Now, everybody in the building, man, y'all enjoy the rest of y'all good Thursday, man. Brick City last night at work. North crazy, ain't it, Tim? North crazy. Shout out to my Jersey brother, Tim Layton. Fab G's, what it do? Taking Frank at 40. That'd be a cool fight, but I don't know if we ever see Tank up at 140, but it'll be interesting if we did. Shout out to Z, JPZ in the building, Fab G's, Tim, Cal, Will. You know what I mean? My dog, big dog Willie, my baby girl, the queen Miss Just Do. You know, shout out to everybody, man. And make sure everybody, if you ain't here, you ain't hit the like button, do that. Your notifications, they don't hit that bell icon. Put them on all, and we're going to be back at 4 p.m. So with that, much love to everybody, man. Peace.
Representing Brick City, Shakur!
Finding those levels, too. Look at that four-punch combination. It's a masterclass right now from Shakur Stevenson. That's what you're seeing, a masterclass. And Shakur meeting him with straight left hand.
Oh, and there's a knockdown score with the left hand.
From Patterson, New Jersey, please welcome the sweet Terminator, Shakur.
Make sure y'all subscribe to Jusdueboxing, the best boxing talk. It's probably the most unbiased channel on YouTube. Right now, we're going to give him his Just Do. Shout out to my brother Just Do.